The Dallas Cowboys are firmly back in the playoff hunt at 6-5-1 after beating the Chiefs on Thanksgiving Day. They now have a date with the Lions in Detroit coming up on Thursday. By the way, cornerback Trayvon Diggs had his 21-day practice window open. He could return for Thursday night. Houston Texans have now won 4 straight after beating the Colts 20-16 yesterday, climbing to within a game of the top in the AFC South.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It feels like it's been 100 years since we've been on this radio show. Long weekend. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving holiday weekend. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And I tell you what, it was a football fan's absolute dream over the weekend.
It was. I feel like we've had like 3 Sundays in a row.
Fantastic.
And great football all the way around. I know I was at the Cowboys-Chiefs game on Thanksgiving.
Great game.
It was a hell of a game. And look, I will admit, I've been in that stadium many, many times. That might be the most of the other opponent's colors I've seen in that building.
Bandwagoners.
There were a lot of Taylor Swift fans in that building.
I'm sure.
There were tons of Taylor Swift fans. Was she even there?
I don't know. They never showed her if she was.
They never showed her in the building, but I don't know if they showed her on TV. I didn't see anything about it, but there were a lot there. And I say Green Bay, Houston, a few years ago, a lot of red for the Kansas City Chiefs. And, boy, were they all disappointed walking out of that building, including the 2 that I was with. Just devastated at the loss.
Devastated.
Then you get over to Texas Live. And before the game, Texas Live, and again, if you go enough, you kind of understand. Texas Live is like the visitor team headquarters because it looked like a Chiefs tailgate party. I mean, there were probably 80-20 Chiefs fans to Cowboy fans at Texas Live before the game. After the game, it was a little bit more even, but that place is normally a party, and it felt more like a funeral.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, it sucked for them.
That's really too bad. It was a hell of a football game. Chiefs really, I'm not taking anything away from the Cowboys.
Here we go.
My gosh, there were a lot of penalties called on the Kansas City Chiefs.
And they're the team that gets all the calls.
I'm just saying there were a lot. I'm just saying there were wrong calls. I'm just saying there were. And it was one of those games, but a good game. It was entertaining to watch that thing at home. After, a lot of turkey, a lot of ham, a lot of brisket.
Yeah, your brisket turned out
fantastic.
All right.
Yes, it did. It was awesome. Might have been my best one. I don't know. I say that every time, but it was damn good.
Well, it was your last one, so it was the best one.
So it was good. Very good. Just a great weekend all the way around.
And again, great long weekend, weather perfect, especially when you look at some of the crap other people are dealing with, that white stuff that falls from the sky.
Gosh.
What was it, the Illinois game?
Yeah.
My buddies in Kansas City sent me video this morning of the snow at their place.
Well, my mother-in-law in St. Louis said they had about 5 inches of snow.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, well, it's 48 degrees here. It's winter. I got to wear a hoodie today.
Yeah.
It's cold outside.
Well, I put on,
quarter zip. Yeah, you're good.
So I'm good.
You're good.
It's all good, but look, it is cold outside.
It is December. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to assume this is Rob Thompson. I'm going to assume. There is one of those calendars where there's a piece of chocolate you get every day leading up to Christmas. So it's behind Joe. So if you're watching on YouTube, and we've got to do some sort of BS contest. Do we really think that Rob Thompson is going to eat one piece of chocolate a day? That was James Pledger from far left field.
He started out well. Just won today.
Well, why did he start in the middle? What's next to it?
It's December 1st. That's how you do these things, man. You go December 1, and tomorrow is 2, and then
so he's
got to
find the 2 down there. Okay,
yeah.
so you don't go in order.
See, 2 is I don't know where the hell 2 is.
Well, we'll find it. but this is what it's a twofold bitch. One, Rob put it up, and we all can now have access to the candy. Now, I've known Rob a long time. He'll start out with well-meaning intentions that he's going to have one a day and do it properly. But then he's also going to get a chocolate craving. But now I've got to look at that knowing there's chocolate behind door number 2. And it's not mine, but, well, I get it. Same James Pledger. You know, long after everybody else has left and he's still here doing whatever the hell he does. Nobody knows what James does after hours, but he's here a lot. He's going to get hungry. Ryan Eagle could just reach back, stretch, and snag a piece of chocolate.
I really could.
Yeah.
It's possible. But look, I feel Rob's vibe here. I will tell you that. This studio needs a little Christmas decor. We need some stuff in here. I don't know, maybe put some bows on these helmets.
Some bows.
Some lights across the back here. I mean, we got to talk to the boss. Say, hey, we need to decorate the studio. A little Christmas tree in the corner, maybe.
Well, why would you put a Christmas tree in the corner?
Why not?
Oh, nobody would see it.
Right here.
Oh, no, because I'd be trapped.
Well, you would
and
be.
You would have a bush right there, which means you would
wait a minute, we're talking Christmas trees.
an urge.
Right, if you maybe a little one on the desk over here. We need some Christmas spirit in this place.
All right, bah humbug.
I'm just saying.
I mean, did you get your house all decorated?
Pretty much. I got all the stuff down from the attic.
All right. And now it's up to the wife.
Well, for the most part, yeah. I'll have to do some stuff tonight watching the game, I'm sure. But finally got that done. I was gone all weekend, so I wasn't at the house able to do that. Got up early this morning, though, and pulled all the stuff down from the attic. And hopefully there'll be a lot of stuff up when I get home tonight.
Absolutely, that's the goal. I know we got all ours done. See, somebody on our YouTube is asking anybody check on Rob. I was with Rob on Friday.
You were?
I was.
Uh-huh.
We got back from Dallas noonish.
Yeah.
And really not in the shape to go anywhere. The plan wasn't to go anywhere.
Right.
And I'd done a little bit of grilling, not much, and Joanna was putting up all the stuff. But I got home and I started grilling just so we could kind of graze all day. And then Rob's like, hey, you got a table at the Roo Pub. Called Uber, got there, and what a great time. I mean, for Longhorn fans, it was it was a great time.
Now, was it split 50-50 in there, or how was it?
The Roo Pub was probably 70-30 Longhorn fan, and the Angry Elephant was about 95-5 Aggie fan.
Gotcha.
And but I was at a table. So Rob, it was like me and Kelly and our friend Rita, we're going to meet over there. So I was thinking, all right, well, you got room for 2 more. Of course. Well, you know how it is at the Roo Pub. You've got a table, you always have friends, right? So
sure.
So the table that I was at, a 4-top that had about 8 or 12, all Aggies. And then there was some...
Were you wearing your Horns gear?
Absolutely.
All right.
And then there was, in front of us, another table that had, a bunch of Longhorn fans, but these were younger, probably 25 to 30. And Rob's wife is like, I'm going to punch that little boop, boop, boop in the throat if he does not stop, because this kid was a little too arrogant.
I got you.
And then he came over to high five
fan
with me, and I'm like, dude, you're going to get killed by her right there. She wants to punch you in the throat. And he was like, why?
Why? She's an Aggie. That's why.
It was a lot of fun.
Dude, I was checking on my son-in-law, and he wasn't doing well in the second half, obviously. And so, he's sad. And seen a couple of other Aggies that are very sad today. Have you seen all the memes flying around social media, though?
Oh, there's a lot of them. I can't say I've seen them all.
It is hilarious. And, I'm sorry, Aggie fans, but there's something about Big Brother. It's tough to beat him.
The reality is, I know, and again, I get it. It sucks to lose to Texas if you're an Aggie.
Sure.
You're still in the playoffs. And I
don't think that matters as much.
You know, what does matter, right? I mean, would you rather win an SEC championship or a national championship? Would you rather go play for the SEC championship game this weekend or get that time off to get ready for, I don't know, North Texas, and then a playoff run that could lead to a national championship?
Well, I mean, if you're playing football, you want to go play for the SEC championship. You damn sure don't want to lose to Texas. And I don't care what you're playing for, whether it's for an SEC championship berth or, last place. Doesn't matter. You got to beat your rival.
And Texas did that because, look, as a Texas fan, Friday was a better win than the Gator Bowl or wherever the hell the Longhorns are going to end up, despite Sark trying to politic his way into the playoffs, in which he did not earn. They don't belong in the playoffs. They didn't earn it this year. Gator Bowl, whoop-de, beat the Aggies.
Well, here's what kind of pisses me off. And you guys know I'm a big fan of Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah, you are. Love him.
Huge fan of that guy.
Uh-huh.
But here's what the whining is unbelievable.
It's not whining, it's politicking.
It's whining.
Oh.
He sounds like a big whiner. And he was asked today. I just saw it a few minutes ago. Are you going to have to think about scheduling out of conference?
It's a
and
fair
he goes,
question.
well, yeah, I have to.
It's a fair question.
Well, how about you don't lose to Florida?
Well,
how about you go and beat Ohio State? How about that? So you're automatically assuming you schedule an Ohio State or name a team and you go out. A&M did it. They went and beat Notre Dame.
They did.
So why don't you go to Ohio State and win that game?
Well, I'm pretty sure they had every intention of doing that.
Why do you go? I mean, what Florida? They won 3 games this year. One of them was against Texas.
It was a bad loss.
Yes.
It was a bad loss.
That's the game you ought to be pissed about.
One bad Saturday ruin everything. And Sark does make a valid point. Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois at home and still made it into the playoffs because they're Notre Dame. Still made it to the national championship game. But they've got 3 losses. 3-loss teams should not be in the playoffs.
I totally agree with you, and there's going to be too many others from the SEC already in there, I think. Because, look, Alabama and Georgia are both going regardless of the conference championship point, whatever. Ole Miss is in, even though they lost their head coach today. Ole Miss, they're a 1-loss team. They should be. It'd be a travesty if they're not. Absolutely, they should be in. There's no question in my mind they should be in. So I don't know if Texas has got a spot or not. Let them policy. Miami's the same way. Their head coach is whining too.
Well, again, every head coach is, you call it whining, it's politicking season because they're trying to convince a committee that probably shouldn't be the committee, right? But they're trying to convince a committee that's also trying to put together the best matchups and what's going to generate the best TV ratings. And the Longhorns do generate a lot of TV ratings, just like Notre Dame, which does give some Longhorn fans a little bit of hope.
Well, Notre Dame's not going to get left out.
Well, not this year, but last year, or, the idea that
they're in love with Notre Dame, the committee.
And who's playing the best football right now? And it's hard to argue that UT, after struggling early, isn't hitting their stride. And I do think for those that have said this from the national media perspective, the Longhorns probably a team that people don't want to play right now. And I agree with that. They have found their way, but it might be too little too late. Very similar to the Dallas Cowboys. Might be playing some of the best football in the NFL right now, but did the hole they dig, is it too deep for them to get out to get into the postseason?
I think it is. I don't think they make it, but nothing would surprise me at this point in time. We'll see, because I don't think teams get penalized for conference championship game losses. It's hard for me to do that or say that. So Alabama then, as I'm being reminded on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, would have 3 losses if they lose in that game. So it's going to be interesting to see, and I would hate to be on that committee because, look, it happens every year.
Every day.
Fan bases are going to be pissed.
Well, that's part of it.
That is.
And again, when it was 4, I get it. There's 12 now.
Yep.
Soon to be 16. If you're not one of the best 12 and it's obvious, then you don't bitch. Don't. I mean, what are you arguing about?
Exactly. Start over and do better next year.
And Pledge is reminding us about Florida State. They lost their quarterback, and we saw what they were like without that quarterback. To me, that is far different than losing the head coach, right? That's different.
How does a one-loss SEC team not get in the playoffs? I mean, honestly. I would be shocked if Ole Miss is not involved in the playoffs, even though they've got a traitor for a coach.
Traitor. I mean, come on. He's still going to get his bonus money from LSU no matter how far Ole Miss goes.
It's Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin.
Here we go.
Gypsy.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday. Let's talk about it. What a wild weekend in the NFL, and who would have thunk it? At the beginning of the season, did you have the Bears and the Patriots as number 1 seeds? Unbelievable. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Cowboys play the Lions on Thursday. The Blitz is going to be at the best spot getting ready for that one. The Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. No better place to go watch any big game, any big event than at the Rue Pub with those 3 massive 170-inch screens. TVs all around, whether it's the Monday night game tonight, Thursday night, don't forget Wednesday is steak night. Get into the Rue Pub, and the food, fantastic, so make sure you go hungry. They have the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu. Love the fried shrimp over there. Pledge tells me the salads are wonderful. They got great appetizers, and more importantly, that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Rue Pub, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Thursday night at 7:15. The Cowboys are in the Motor City, taking on the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, Christmas leaks, you make our carpet squishy.
Here at Quartermoon Plumbing, we know all your Christmas wants, like the popular leaky faucet, the overflowing toilet, or the trendy clogged sewer line. No matter what list you're on, naughty or nice, Quartermoon Plumbing will answer your call fast and fix your emergency quickly so you can get back to your Coco and caroling.
651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Staples presents An Easy Holiday.
Running a small business during the holidays is hard.
No truer words were...
But this year, Staples helped me have an easy holiday.
Your script has a typo.
Nope, easy peasy. I just ordered online at Staples.com and picked up in store. And with UPS on site, shipping was easy too. Plus, huge savings on tech, custom cards, even my holiday sale signage.
Visit your local Staples store or Staples.com today for up to 45% off select laptops.
That was easy.
Ins 12/27.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hornitos Tequila and America's team have one major thing in common. Everyone can enjoy them. They weren't made just to have a few fans, but to gather people who love high-quality, real Texas football and premium fresh-pressed agave tequila. It's for all our fans. Whether you live in Texas or not, or sip your Hornitos in a Paloma or straight, it's 100% agave tequila for 100% of Dallas Cowboys fans. Hornitos, the tequila de todos. Drink smart. Hornitos Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume. 2025 Salsa Tequila Import Company, Chicago, Illinois.
Another episode brought to you by Prize Picks. And I'll tell you, it's the holiday season. It's the best time of year for sports. The bowl games are beginning. You got college and pro basketball. You got playoff pushes all around, and it's all happening at once. There's no better place to play than at Prize Picks. I love going to Prize Picks because I get to stack different leagues. I like a football play. Let's say I like Jamar Chase this weekend. I also like Wemby with the blocks. I can add that in there as well. And you like to play the hockey as well. You've got everything there that you can stack. Above and beyond that, if you have a favorite player, you can play them in a lot of different ways. That's Prize Picks. Go download the app today. And when you do, remember the code Alamo. If you remember the word Alamo, there's free play in there. So go download Prize Picks and remember the code Alamo. Get your money early. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's the code Alamo to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it 'tis the season to go play on your Prize Picks. And you know why? Because it feels so good to be right.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, Monday Night Football, the Giants and the Patriots. Did the Patriots keep it rolling?
It's a game day ball. Spurs welcome Memphis in town. And oh, by the way, there's a little ranking going to come out on Tuesday night. Wonder where Aggies landed. Does Texas have a chance? We'll talk about it all. But you're going to have to set an alarm. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving holiday weekend. I certainly did. I think Jason did as well. Pledge also. And we're happy to have you along on this Monday as we react to all the action. What a fantastic weekend it was. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. A lot of ways to talk to us. You can go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Like and subscribe once you get there. You can get Jason Minix at Jason Minix on Twitter. I'm at Joe Reinagle 210. Or if you got something to say, you can always do it the old-fashioned way. 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN.
And if you get a Facebook instant message from either one of us that we had some sort of weird ear surgery, ignore that.
Holy
Report
cow.
it. It's fake.
Yeah, I guess I got hacked or something. Somebody sent Minix a deal where I had ear surgery over the weekend. I didn't. So I changed my password today. I hope that fixes it. Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, it's one way. I got this weird, hey, I think Joe's been hacked. I'm like, all right. Then I get the screenshots this dude sent me, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Joe, change your password.
Yeah, I did not have ear surgery this weekend, so
good.
It was good.
Glad to know that.
Yes.
And all of our eyes work just fine, I assume. So you guys can vote in the playoff poll. Is Texas a playoff team? That's the poll question on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Now, it's only been up for 2 minutes, and right now Texas 53% yes. A lot of blinded Longhorn fans. Blind faith, I do say.
Well, look, you got whether Texas gets in the playoff or not, you got to figure the season is salvaged if you're a Texas fan because you beat Texas A&M.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, that means I think as much to a lot of people, especially Aggie fans, as it does winning the whole damn thing.
Yeah, man. I that was the bowl game for Texas. I don't even know when they go to the Gator Bowl or wherever the hell they end up, who actually is going to play. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Their bowl game was Friday night.
Yep.
A&M has bigger games to play for. We'll get into it. Crazy, but let's talk some NFL.
Let's do it. A lot of crazy stuff in the NFL.
I mean, when you play on a Thursday and then you're off all weekend, it's Kind of weird to go back. Let's go back in time. Plus, they play this Thursday.
They do.
The Cowboys do. Blitz will be live Thursday at the Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road, getting you ready for that one. How quickly a narrative can turn. Whether you're watching on the NFL Network or watching on ESPN, the consensus are the Cowboys playing the best football in the NFL right now. And, yeah, they've won 3 straight. But is it too little too late? And even the but crowd is giving the Cowboys credit because it feels like they have fixed their defense. Now, you could say Philly's offense is broke. You could say Kansas City isn't what they were. You could say the Raiders don't belong in the NFL. And all
That's
those
true.
all those are true. But the Cowboys are just out executing people right now. They are playing incredibly good football.
It's hard to argue with that. They are playing good football, and that's what makes this Thursday night's game big. I mean, the Lions are a game ahead of them, or a half game, I guess, or however you figure that out with that tie. But a win in Detroit, remember when this whole little 3-game schedule started, we said, 2 out of 3 would be pretty good. They've already done that.
Yep.
They got a chance to sweep this thing, and if they do that, then the schedule lightens up a little bit. So, and the Lions, they're having some trouble. I mean, obviously they're having some trouble. And so, and look, Philadelphia is headed, looking like a collapse of 2 years ago.
It is crazy when you think about the Eagles are 8-4 and the Cowboys are now 6-5-1. And the Eagles look like they were going to run away with the NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to make of Green Bay. I don't know what to make of San Francisco. You look at San Francisco coming off that win yesterday over Cleveland. Impressive because they haven't won in Cleveland in forever. But also, I mean, Chicago right now is the top seed. Then you got the Rams, then the Eagles, then Tampa. Seattle might be the best team, although Sam Darnold is a turnover-prone dude. Green Bay, do you trust them? San Francisco, and Dallas, you know, they're in that little graphic part that says they're in the hunt, and they really are because their gauntlet of a schedule doesn't look so gauntletly anymore. You know, it was a couple weeks ago that most of the predictor deals said, you know, the Cowboys can afford no more than 2 more losses. 2. Some said maybe 1, but 2. And again, this stretch, win 2 of 3, they've done that. Even if they were to lose on Thursday to the Lions, they're still going to be in good shape when you look at the overall. I mean, rest of the schedule. I mean, the Vikings game doesn't look as scary. The Vikings might have had the worst play in the history of the NFL yesterday against Seattle. Whatever that quarterback was doing, when he threw that pick 6.
Yes. I don't know what he was thinking.
How do you get to the National Football League and make a play like that, even if you're a third-string quarterback? I mean, I haven't seen bad quarterback play like that in high school. Pick the worst high school in town, and you're going to find better quarterback play. The weird stat that I saw, if you were to spike the ball on every play, you would have a higher QBR than what we saw yesterday from the Minnesota Vikings quarterback.
Yeah, it was bad. And, you know, Minnesota's got to be kicking themselves in a lot of ways. And I know they have high hopes for J.J. McCarthy, who, by the way, is reportedly on his way to coming back and could very well be back this weekend. But I don't know. I mean, does that give Viking fans any confidence at all? Hey, JJ's coming back. Woo!
Well, all right. Is Jefferson hurt?
Jefferson is on a milk carton, or he was yesterday for sure.
Right. I mean, it's so bad that Adam Thielen said, dude, I need out.
Yeah.
It's my last year. Can you guys release me so I can go play somewhere else? And they did. But that's how bad it's gotten in Minnesota. So the Cowboys do legitimately have a chance, although might be too little, too late.
I just think that this game Thursday night is huge because if you lose to Detroit, you could very well see 3 participants going into the playoffs from that division, depending on what Detroit does for the remainder of their time. But if you've got 3 playoff contenders right there, that narrows the field quite a bit. So it's a huge game for the Cowboys on Thursday, as they all are right now, because they technically need to win most of them anyway.
Well, and then you know it's going to be interesting seeing what happens. You know, Green Bay's got that weird tie because it was against Dallas.
Yeah,
and if Green Bay drops down to 7 and the Cowboys can move up to 8, you wonder I don't know how that tiebreaker works. I mean, you got to get deep into the rule book weeds to figure that out. But the tough schedule for the Cowboys doesn't look as tough. The Chargers game was one that everybody thought was going to be a loss.
I can't figure out that team.
Well, they can't figure themselves out.
I mean,
either.
one week they look great, and the next week they look horrible. So I don't know how that one's going to go down. It will be interesting to see. But you're right. I mean, the Minnesota game shouldn't scare anybody. But this one, they need to get past it, and they really do need to sweep this one just by the playoff standings themselves. They need to win this game against Detroit.
Well, if there was a committee, you would hear Brian Schottenheimer certainly politicking because, you know, after Detroit, it's Minnesota, L.A., Washington, which looked really good last night, should have beaten Denver with Mariota as the quarterback, as Collinsworth kept saying, which was driving me nuts. Was that driving you nuts?
Yes, it was. But that's how he said it on his intro.
Yeah.
And so I guess Collinsworth just parroted that the entire night.
Well, and Tirico was back and forth,
which
is what a good broadcaster will do. I'll say your name right half the time.
Uh-huh.
If all of a sudden...
Mariota, for goodness sake.
Well, it's been Mariota forever.
Yes.
But it's like Devon A-Chain was all through college at A&M, he was A-Chain. And he gets to the NFL, and that's A-Chan. Now I got to relearn it? Dude, you just need to adjust. You're now A-Chain. Mariota. It was driving me nuts. I almost texted you because I know as much as you love Collinsworth, that had to be like nails on a chalkboard.
Collinsworth drives me insane anyway, and so that's the way that it goes. I got to give a shout-out to the Houston Texans.
Oh,
Four in a row, and they beat the Colts. That was huge for them. So they're up and coming and looking better, obviously, than they have most of the year.
Give Houston a ton of credit. That was a hell of a win, and they looked good doing it. They really looked good in doing it. We know about their defense, and for their defense to hold Indy to 16 points says a lot. But offensively, I mean, C.J. Stroud came in, threw for 276 yards. He was efficient. They ran the ball well with Marks, and really 34 rushes in the game combined. Good, well-balanced attack, milked the clock at the end. That was an impressive win for the Houston Texans because you look up and you think about their playoff opportunities, and they're on the outside looking in because the one team that nobody expected to be right there, Jacksonville, now leads the AFC South at 8-4 ahead of Indianapolis. Well, I think Jacksonville has the tiebreaker pledge. The Texans at 7-5. So you look at it, massive win for Houston because it was a couple weeks ago, just catch Indy and you'll be okay. Now you got Jacksonville that's playing actually really good football.
They're playing good football right now, so it's going to be interesting down the stretch as we come down the stretch in the NFL and of course, college football as well. We're asking on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, is Texas a playoff team after they beat the number 3 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, on Friday night? Lane Kiffin, the big story. Imagine that. The Gypsy strikes again as he heads off to LSU. We're talking about all of it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you know you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail. A lot of reasons for that. And you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you really read and understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is to call AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans. They do have a free shuttle service. I get asked, why a free shuttle service? Because when you get arrested, generally you don't get to drive your car to jail. You've got to go back and get it from somewhere. They'll make sure you get back to where you need to go. And they are open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get ready to shop Lowe's Black Friday doorbuster deals to save $150 on a 30-inch Blackstone griddle, now $299. Plus, choose a Whirlpool top-load washer or Midea top freezer refrigerator for just $398. These limited-time doorbuster deals go fast, so get holiday ready today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid 11/28 through 12/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Hey, I'm Steffi. You may know me from your social feed. I go big for the holidays, so I'm going to Famous Footwear because the best gifts are giving famous. My friends and family are gonna love all these styles from Nike, Adidas, Crocs, New Balance, Skechers, and more. With over 800 stores, you're never far from the perfect gift. So make your list and make it famous. Come in today for buy one pair, get one half off at your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sideline, when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, long-lasting, and made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo on the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online. Keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7 so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
When you switch to Progressive and bundle your home and auto, you could save hundreds, and that's a surprising amount of money.
Whoa, that's like farmer's market money.
That's like give me a gallon of that locally sourced raw honey money.
That's certified organic heirloom tomatoes in every imaginable color except red money.
That's let's get 2 pounds of pink oyster mushrooms money. I'm not even sure I like pink oyster mushrooms.
Guess it's time to find out, because you could save hundreds when you switch to Progressive and bundle. Then the world is your pink oyster mushroom. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Back on a mellow Monday, a mellow mushroom Monday here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We will be giving away a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom at some point during this fine program. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix, and big Monday after a long weekend.
Absolutely. So much football, so much chaos in the world of college football. We'll get into the playoffs, but we do have a poll question up on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Is Texas a playoff team? Simple yes or no question. Right now, the yeses have the lead, 53% to 47%. I know we worded that, but maybe we should reword it. Should Texas make the playoffs? Might be a better question because the way they're playing right now, they do look like they would be a dangerous team in the playoffs if they were to make it in. But you guys know what we're meaning on that. And then you get the chaos of college football. And to me, it all comes back to something we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. It's the calendar. And I think about all the different conversations we've had with Jeff Traylor through the years about the calendar. The calendar does not match up, the football calendar, with the academic calendar, and that still matters when it comes to college athletics, even though they're pros now. They're getting paid.
Yep.
I said this several weeks ago, and I still think it's a fairly easy, simple fix, if you ask me. One signing day in February like it always was, right? Make the transfer window at the end of the year, May. Teams would do away with spring ball and have, like a summer ball, kind of like what they did a couple years ago. I think most would go for that. And coaches should not be allowed to interview for a job until their season is over, just like the NFL. It seems simple enough, right?
Well, it does. But the NCAA has no teeth. They have none whatsoever. And they just sit back and I don't know, count their money or whatever the hell they're doing. I saw something today, and I'm not going to get into it because I can't explain it all, but there has been a bill introduced in Washington, in Washington, that's trying to put some rules and regulations nationally on NIL and a lot of things. So whether that goes or doesn't remains to be seen. But I like where you're coming from there. I just think this whole Lane Kiffin thing, and I'm glad that it's happening because I think it maybe will shine a spotlight on what's wrong with college football, and this is certainly that. And I know Lane Kiffin seemed all upset that they weren't going to let him stay, but I mean, my gosh, dude,
I'm with you, and I'm with Lane. Like, you want to finish what you've started.
Sure.
And you look at some of these coaches from, say, the American that are going to be able to coach their teams through the end, at least through the conference championship game, because both coaches are on their way out that are playing on Friday night. North Texas, Eric Morse is one of them. Yeah, go finish your job, right?
Sure.
There's no way in hell Ole Miss can let Lane Kiffin stay in that building.
No.
Knowing that he's leaving for LSU, one of your rivals. It just doesn't work that way. But I get him wanting to finish the job. He wants his cake and eat it too, or whatever that saying is, right?
That's it, man. You got it.
And I appreciate LSU saying, Lane, don't worry. Whatever bonuses you would have gotten for this playoff run, we're going to pay for those too. Get your ass on that plane.
And he did.
Nice
private plane this morning with fans giving him the one-finger salute as he left. But then there was a big parade, a bunch of people that welcomed him to Baton Rouge.
All that talk I heard from the governor of Louisiana when they fired Kelly, then I see the $13 million a year contract that Lane's getting. Crazy. Now, Lane did stop, and Marty Smith from ESPN is going to get Employee of the Month for his efforts this weekend.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, guy was incredible, and I heard him on McAfee. He was driving he called it a loaf of bread-looking van, and the street was blocked by fire trucks, and he just, went around and off-roaded to be able to get to Lane to do the interview with him. And, Lane said all the things he should say while he was still on the ground in Mississippi, and what the discussions were like over the last 24 hours leading up to his decision to leave.
This was a very challenging, difficult day. We went through a lot last night with Keith Carter trying to figure out a way, to make this playoff, run work and be able to coach the team. And at the end of the day, that's his decision, and I totally respect that. I understand that decision, and so I just totally wish the team the best of luck. Wish that I was coaching, but understand that it was a very challenging position for him and the chancellor to be in, and totally respect that. So just really hope they play really well and go win the national championship.
Well, we'll see what they do. And he went on in that interview a little bit further and said that the AD said, look, Lane, I got to live here.
Yeah.
You're leaving. I got to live here. And so can you imagine Lane Kiffin staying and then poaching every player and trying to get them to come to LSU while he's there? You can't do it. Somebody had a great analogy, and I wish I could remember what it was. It's kind of like getting a divorce. Because
Scott Van Pelt.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, Scott Van Pelt. Look, I'm leaving you, but let's stay together for Christmas. No, get the hell out.
For the kids, yeah.
Yeah, get the hell out.
She just had an affair with our next door neighbor.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you can't stay. You got to get the hell out. And so they had no choice on this.
Marty Smith then asked Lane Kiffin why LSU was the right choice.
There was something in me. This was really hard. My heart was here, but I just, I talked to some mentors, Coach Carroll, Coach Saban, especially when Coach Carroll said, man, your dad would tell you to go, man, take the shot. Take the shot. You've accomplished a lot here. I always hated how we only gave 1 year to Tennessee and left. I really hated that feeling of that, even though it was an exciting year. But, I think that we gave a lot to this program and to the city, and, some of those historic wins in this stadium that we've ever had, and best regular season in the history of the school. So I feel proud of that part. But it just became time, I talked to God and he told me it's time to take a new step. It's a new chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and $91 million's not bad either.
I don't think it's about money, because I think Ole Miss would have matched the money, right? I think long term, he thought he's got a better chance of winning national championships at LSU than he does at Ole Miss, where I would have advised him, dude, a lot of coaches have won national championships at LSU. You're going to be one of many. You do this at Ole Miss, where your reputation was so bad they gave you a chance, and you did a really good job of rehabbing your reputation at Ole Miss, and everything that you said is accurate. I mean, you're on an historic run. They would build a statue and name a stadium after you if you're able to stay here. But I think he knows long-term he can't win there over time. Hard place to recruit to.
I don't know why. The campus is beautiful
It is.
in more ways than one, and I would think that any young man would like to go to Ole Miss.
But there's a lot of colleges that are like that, and he's done. I think one of the differences, and I forget which analyst said this, he has used the portal to get guys into Ole Miss. LSU can recruit, develop, and retain because of their reputation and players wanting to go there. In 6 years, he still struggles and loses the recruiting battles to the Alabamas and the LSUs. And so he's jumping ship. And part of me, I can't blame him for that. But the money side of it, Ole Miss would have been able to match. It's where do you think you're going to be able to build long term? And he's Lane Kiffin. The other quote that I saw that was funny as hell is, he's trying to stay there. Did you see where they left his clothes out in the parking lot on that rack? I mean, it's petty, and that part of college football I love. But the reality is, long term, he's got a better chance of winning at LSU. He knows that. Ole Miss knows that, which is part of the reason they wouldn't let him stay and finish out this year.
Well, and all of that is true, and I'll give you that. But I mean, again, you do it at Ole Miss. I mean, you're a god.
It means more.
You're a god, and what he's done this year, I think. I mean, are you afraid of the challenge? I mean, let's go. You're 11-1 at Ole Miss with all the problems you just said. LSU's having a horrible year, so you're leaving a contender to go to a team that you hope you can turn into a contender, which is exactly what you did at Ole Miss. And so I don't get it. Now, if it was the money, if it was something else, or Lane Kiffin just can't stay anywhere very long, I think all of those things may come into play here. But look, you've built a hell of a program at Ole Miss. And, yeah, you got a quarterback playing for the New York Giants that people are saying could be a star. You're developing players that are going to the NFL. And I just don't understand the lure of LSU, because you're exactly right. You win a championship there, you're just a long list of several other coaches that have done the same thing.
But when you look at just going where you know you're always going to have, and you're not going to have to beg, the idea of Lane and Ole Miss, remember last year? Think about last year when the rumors of Florida's job coming open, and they decided to retain their coach. It was Lane Kiffin was going to get that job if they moved on. And so he would have done this a year ago if Florida would have opened last year instead of this year. And, you know, I see on our YouTube page, dude says he's just waiting for Alabama to open. And there's probably some truth there. He's one of those that you
Bama
just can't.
doesn't want him.
Well, they didn't last time it was open. Would they this time? And would they, if they could snag the dude from LSU, especially if they're winning? Maybe. You know, I find it interesting that he said he consulted with Nick Saban. Remember, Nick Saban fired him a week before the national championship game.
Yep.
And Saban on game day was talking about the Lane Kiffin situation.
Everybody should be thinking about the players. Everybody should be thinking about the student athletes. What's best for the student athletes? Players should be able to play for his coach for the entire season. Players shouldn't be penalized if a coach leaves, because the committee has the opportunity, if a player or coach doesn't participate, they can sink you in the rankings. So Ole Miss could go down in the rankings, maybe miss a home game. So their players are getting penalized. But we need to take a better approach to the business aspect of what we do in college athletics. In the NFL, you cannot leave your team until you're finished playing. You can't talk to another coach in the regular season. There's a defined time when you can talk to them if they're in the playoffs. That's the way it should be. And we should match the academic calendar with the football calendar, and we shouldn't have an early signing date that conflicts with people wanting to hire an early coach, a portal situation where you got to hire an early coach, fire your coach early. None of this is fair to the players. So if we did all that in May and then had some kind of OTA days or something in the summertime instead of spring practice, we wouldn't have all these issues and players could actually finish the year. So this is not a Lane Kiffin conundrum. This is a college football conundrum that we need some leadership to step up and change the rules on how this gets done in terms of coaching searches and opportunities for people to leave. Players can leave. So if you went to the Ole Miss players, they would say, I want my coach to coach till the season's over. Yeah. We got a chance to go to the playoffs. When's the next time we're going to have a chance to go to the playoffs? So that's the way it should be, regardless of what Lane decides to do.
Yeah, and I wish Nick Saban would just take over that job.
Yeah.
And be that guy, because that makes perfect sense. I mean, it absolutely does. And I just – why the NCAA is just ballless. They have no stones whatsoever.
They don't. I mean, imagine – and you're under contract, right? Could you imagine if because the Giants are looking for a new head coach. Who else is looking for a coach? Tennessee is looking for a new head. Could you imagine if they were to interview a Vrabel or a Ben Johnson or somebody else that's currently under contract? All right, hey, we're going to hire you. All right, leave your team in the middle of the year and then come on over here. It makes no sense. And Saban is right. He's 100% right. It seems like an easy enough fix. We can get away with spring ball. You know, the other part of it, too, because I see this a lot, you know, we're a couple weeks away from the Navy All-American Bowl, and you'll see a lot of the kids that are going to be in San Antonio with all of their stuff because they'll leave that game and go straight to their college because they've graduated high school early so they can get to whatever campus they're going to start the off-season program to go through spring ball. You could eliminate that aspect of it, too.
Yeah, absolutely could. It shouldn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. And Nick Saban, I wish somebody would say, look, Nick, we need you. Come in for 3-4 years and fix this thing and do it. It makes no sense to me that the NCAA is as toothless as they are. And is it going to take something nationally? I don't know. I don't know how you do it. I'm glad the politicians are at least thinking about it. because they see the same thing we do. What happened today with Lane Kiffin should never happen. It should never happen. And I tell you what, I've been against players leaving in the portal and leaving their teammates high and dry, especially in a bowl game, but I can never complain about that again. Because if you're going to have a head coach do this to a team that actually has a chance to make a run, I mean, all bets are off.
You know, the sad part is coaches leaving has been the norm since the beginning of time. The timing of it now with a playoff. It's one thing if they finish the regular season, they're not playing in the conference championship game, and if there wasn't this playoff, yeah, right, so we wouldn't coach in whatever bowl game, and that's normal. The times have changed. The rules have to change with the current times. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. John, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
I appreciate you guys taking my call. I just 2 points real quick. Number one, this selection committee is the only billion-dollar industry I can think of that has volunteers making multi-million-dollar decisions for it. They're not employees, they're volunteers. And then secondly, the NCAA selection committee must be drooling over themselves with this whole Lane Kiffin thing and what Coach Saban said, because all eyes are going to turn on it tomorrow night to see if Ole Miss drops or not. That's what everybody needs to remember is ultimately until the games are played, this is just a TV show.
Yeah, well, you're right. I mean, and again, you know, tomorrow night will be interesting because then, you know, the one next week after the conference championship games, don't forget, somebody from the American who isn't in the top 12 right now is going to get one of those spots. If somehow Duke wins, they're not, because there's no automatic qualifiers, they're going to drop out. Does that open the door for some? I don't know. Part of me loves the chaos, but this is stupid.
Well, it is stupid. So either Tulane or North Texas is going to get in.
Yeah.
Whoever wins in the championship game there for the American. And look, I hope it's North. I'm a big North Texas fan now for this reason. Obviously Eric Morris, but the fact that they let him stay and he built that program the way he's done it, and I just think it's fantastic. So it's got to change, and hopefully this shines a big spotlight on the problems in college football. It's such a great product on the field. But then you have this nonsense that's going off the field. You got a signing period, on Wednesday? Wednesday. And that's why Kiffin's got to get the hell out of there. He's got to go to LSU and see what he can do there. And it's just dumb, completely dumb.
No, think about how dumb it is to have the signing day Wednesday.
Yes.
All the teams that are playing in a conference championship game have to get their classes, their signing classes done. And if you're, say, Eric Morris or the dude at Tulane who's leaving, they're preparing for a championship game on Friday night at Tulane. Both are recruiting for a school that they don't yet work at.
Yep.
It's just bizarre. It's bizarre.
Tell me something that makes any sense out of any of that. I mean, honestly, because it doesn't. So it's baffling. It's crazy. It's almost as baffling as a grocery store being a romantic attraction. That's kind of baffling, isn't it? Now, I don't know how good Winn-Dixie grocery stores are, but apparently, woo,
they got some aisles.
They turned some people on. We'll tell you what we're talking about when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We do have Monday Night Football tonight. It's the Giants and the Pats, so you want to make that game a little bit more interesting, a little bit more exciting. Make sure you're playing on Underdog, the best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money right now in Texas, and it's easy to do. You choose your favorite players, and you go choose higher or lower on stats, rushing yards, passing yards, touchdowns, that sort of thing. Get all your picks right. You could win up to 5,000 times your cash. A lot of fun. I know I won some money this weekend. Happy about that. Download the Underdog app today. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
You're listening to The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
In
Nice job, Pete. I like the clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Discover the newest place to play at Top Golf New Braunfels. Opening this Friday, December 5th at 427 Creekside Way in the New Braunfels Town Center at Creekside. This no golf knowledge needed experience is for everyone and is all about bringing more play and more fun to the players. Top Golf New Braunfels will feature new games, new food and drink, a 9-hole mini golf course, and half-off gameplay every Monday through Thursday. Join the Blitz live Monday, December 8th from 2 to 6 for all your Monday night football action. Come play around at Top Golf New Braunfels.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Cyber Monday starts now at Macy's. That means all new deals are here, in-store and online. Like huge savings on boots and shoes from Steve Madden, Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, and more. Plus, exclusives you'll only find at Macy's, like 60 to 65% off Charter Club and Hotel Collection bedding. Plus, Club Room and Style & Co. sweaters for $29.99 and under. But hurry, these Cyber Monday deals won't last long. Shop now and save big at Macy's. Savings off select styles. Exclusions apply.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 Brake Best Select rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20 more. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. When you switch to Progressive and bundle your home and auto, you could save hundreds, and that's a surprising amount of money.
Whoa, that's like farmer's market money.
That's like give me a gallon of that locally sourced raw honey money.
That's certified organic heirloom tomatoes in every imaginable color except red money.
That's let's get 2 pounds of pink oyster mushrooms money. I'm not even sure I like pink oyster mushrooms.
Guess it's time to find out, because you could save hundreds when you switch to Progressive and bundle. Then the world is your pink oyster mushroom. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J. Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J.Crew Factory, Black Friday starts now. Come shop in store for 50 to 70% off everything, plus tons of limited time deals. You'll find the lowest price of the year on festive pajama pants for the family, all just $19.95, plus sweaters from $34.95 and so much more. Get in the spirit at J.Crew Factory, where you'll love our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J.Crew Factory store. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, a lot of changing in college football. We've been telling you about Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss for LSU, but there are others. James Madison head coach Bob Chesney. He's set to sign a 5-year deal with UCLA. Michigan State fired Jonathan Smith. They're reportedly finalizing a deal with Northwestern's Pat Fitzgerald. Florida hires Tulane's John Summerall. Auburn hired South Florida's Alex Golish to a 6-year deal. Arkansas, Ryan Silverfield.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
a Monday after a long holiday weekend. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving weekend, whatever you did, however you celebrated that. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We're happy to have you here on this Monday afternoon. Plenty to talk about because we're right smack dab in the middle of what is a great college and pro football season.
I mean, it's December. Can you believe
it's crazy that it's December already? Did you turn your lights on, Minix?
Yes.
You did?
After
Thanksgiving. You waited, didn't you?
Nah, they're on a timer, apparently. All the Christmas stuff in the house is up and decorated. Even have some gifts under the tree that are already there.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any gifts under the tree, and we got a late start on decorating.
Well, it's understandable.
But I got the stuff out of the attic. It's ready to go, and I'm sure my lovely wife Maggie will have some of that stuff. I mean, she's working too, so she can't just spend all day decorating.
Let's be honest. You're hoping you come home and it's all done.
You are absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I'm hoping.
You're hoping it's all done.
If I had a wish from a genie, that would be the wish. All done. There might be a few other things, but I'm just saying.
Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
You know, I think a lot of people, if they had a wish from a genie, threesome.
Well,
and apparently it happened down in Florida. Headline, as romantic as it sounds, the Winn-Dixie parking lot is no place for a threesome.
Now, I'm looking at these people.
Stop.
It's
Florida.
So, yeah, it is in Florida, by the way. I've never been to a Winn-Dixie. Have you ever been to a Winn-Dixie?
I'm sure I have. It's a grocery store that's nowhere comparable to an H-E-B.
Well, of course not. Nothing is. But the mug shots of these, so it's two guys and a girl.
Yeah.
So that was a bisexual threesome, I guess.
Well, wouldn't they all be at that point?
Well, it depends. I guess.
No, it doesn't depend.
I guess,
right?
Yeah,
yes.
I wasn't expecting that. I was thinking it would be a guy and two girls.
So in your dream, that's the way it would be.
Well,
yes,
long time ago. No more dreams like that. Unplug it, baby.
Not needed if you got three.
Dude, I just
stop.
I'm trying to figure this out here.
It's not complicated.
And one of these dudes, I'm not sure which guy it is, either the old dude in the middle or the old dude on the right, is a repeat offender. So something about grocery store parking lots, it turns this dude on.
Well, the other time he got arrested, it was actually at a gas station parking lot.
Okay, well.
You know.
I get it, the smell of gas.
Same thing. Can you imagine the cop? The way the article reads, it's almost like the cop had to get the water hose out on the dogs that wouldn't stop.
Were they stuck?
Well, no, but they had to break it up, and then they got arrested. In their mugshots, it's hope for anybody out there.
Dude, I'm going to tell you, there is somebody for everybody, apparently, yes, because none of these people are attractive at all. But something about Winn-Dixie, I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
Something about Florida.
Florida's crazy as hell.
They were having sex while heavily intoxicated in a Winn-Dixie parking lot in the middle of the day.
In the middle of the day, that's
middle
right.
Middle of the day.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Well, hey, when the urge strikes, you got to go.
Deputies say they found two men and a woman engaged in sexual acts when they arrived on the scene. All three were arrested and taken to jail.
Now, the woman...
Spicy and naked.
The woman looks like she could kick the other guy's asses. I mean, she looks mean. So she might have been leading the charge here, if you know what I mean.
Let's be honest. You say she looks mean. She could be lovely. I mean, how would your face look if you were in the middle of having sex and you ended up in jail? One, you didn't finish, so you're frustrated. And two, you're in jail. I don't think your mugshot would be lovely either.
Are we sure that's a girl? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean,
it could be 3 dudes going at it.
It could have been, but they did tell us 2 men and a lady, and the other 2 are clearly not the lady. I mean, especially the one with the beard, although it is Florida.
I tell you, that's, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, you can do that in Florida. You look around other parts of the country right now, and you're probably not doing anything like that outside because it's too cold. Especially, Saturday game day up there at Michigan. And, they're outside. Now, the guys on the desk, like right now, where are they at for Monday Night Football?
That's New England.
They're outside, but, there's heaters underneath that desk. They could have on heated vests, which are wonderful, and I highly recommend. You guys can make fun of me for having a heated vest, but everybody wanted that, right? But when you're the reporter that's out doing the other stuff, you don't get the benefits of having the heater. You're just out there. And so, they went out to her, and they were making fun of her and asked her how the weather was.
The impact of the weather feels pretty nice. I'm going to phone a friend here, if I could. And there is Jess Sims inside the big house. So Jess, give me a little.
Reese Davis. I'm glad that it feels good there because it is cold as shit in the studio. So just wait for it, all right?
If you're keeping score at home, that's Jess's first bad word on TV. There's one. Okay.
It took 4 years, but I'm here. I finally made it.
Well, that's interesting. What network was that?
ESPN.
That was ESPN.
Yes.
Well, I guess with McAfee, it's kind of normal over there now.
McAfee, Saban. When will it get here? When appropriate. And if
Joe and Jason unplugged.
If there was, don't pledge.
Unplug it, maybe.
That's my favorite drop of all time. I'm telling you.
I can't wait to create the open for Jason and Joe Unplugged.
Unplug it, baby. Should do a podcast, Minix, after hours.
Radio show. Why would we need to do a podcast?
That's a good point.
Just so you could say a bad word?
Well, sure.
And the chances are you wouldn't.
Well, you're probably right.
I mean, when I've gone on some podcasts, they're like, you can cuss. I don't know that I can.
I can't.
And I don't want to get into the habit.
Yeah.
Although, if there was ever an accurate weather forecast, she nailed it.
She did. Yeah,
she nailed it.
We've all said that. I might have said that yesterday. It's possible. Stepped outside. Damn, it's cold as.
Mm-hmm.
Would we get in trouble if we did that?
I'm not willing to take the chance. Are you?
FCC on line 1.
I don't think they call us.
You want to see how fast Dax can move?
Beep, beep, and bleep, bleep.
Ever seen that dude run? He'll be down the hall in about 2 seconds. What the hell's going on in here?
Do you think Dax can run?
I don't know. Not in that 3-piece suit. I don't know.
You'd have to think about it for far too long to just run.
I think you're right. Oh, my goodness. I'm trying to figure out the Spurs, and maybe that game against Denver was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Vassell was outstanding. And then they go to Minnesota and lose.
They blew it in the fourth quarter last night.
I know, but let's talk about it. You want to? We'll do that when we continue here on the Blitz, on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You've heard of TRT, but you really have no idea what testosterone can do for you. Well, it can restore your energy. So if you're over 40 and you've noticed that you're tired, not motivated, testosterone can and does help. Guys I know that go to Synergenics or Low T Center for TRT all say they wish they would have started sooner. So go get tested. The test is free. No appointment necessary before 10 a.m., or you can book ahead at fixmylowt.com. Synergenics and Low T Center, they have clinics all over town. You can go to any one to receive care, or they give you the power to choose if you want to be treated in the clinic or at home. You can do at-home treatment, but it does start with a simple and quick free TRT test at the center. They have on-site labs, which means you're going to get your results in about 20 minutes. No waiting for days like at other places or online spots. With their new mobile app, even easier to meet with the provider through telehealth appointments, and it's not just for men. Synergenics and Low T Center have a long history of helping ladies find their hormonal balance that brings balance back into their lives. So reignite your energy. You know the best version of you is waiting. Get back to feeling like yourself. Get into a Synergenics or Low T Center for a free TRT test. Book that appointment right now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Oh, Christmas leaks, you make our carpet squishy.
Here at Quartermoon Plumbing, we know all your Christmas wants, like the popular leaky faucet, the overflowing toilet, or the trendy clogged sewer line. No matter what list you're on, naughty or nice, Quartermoon Plumbing will answer your call fast and fix your emergency quickly so you can get back to your Coco and Carolyn.
651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
This one's for the flavor fanatics. Sour Apple 5-hour energy shots don't mess around. They bring the bite. Tart, tangy, and packed with tasty caffeine, this little 2-ounce bottle punches above its weight. With 0 sugar and as much caffeine as a 12-ounce premium cup of coffee, it's the kind of pick-me-up that keeps your taste buds happy without the crash. And it doesn't stop at Sour Apple. There are 17 bold flavors waiting for you to discover. Pick one up in store or stock up online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We all have regrets. That haircut, that text, missing out on Kohl's Cyber Days. Good news, you can fix at least one of those. Get up to 50% off gifts for everyone on your list. Sunday and Monday only at Kohl's. From cozy favorites to top toys, you've got 2 days until you miss out. Don't let Cyber Days be the sale that got away. Save at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, offer ends December 1st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law Fights.
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
There's nothing more frustrating than passwords and password, directives where you have to change the passwords. I mean, my password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that's a good one to have. But our stupid work won't let you do that as a password. It's like, oh, you can't use that. You idiots. You can't. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, we're different here with the Cowboys. That works perfectly fine.
You got to keep it kissed. We got it, coach. Keep it simple, boys.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I tell you what, I was so proud and so impressed with the Spurs win in Denver on Friday night, which, by the way, gets them into the semifinals of the whatever that thing
Cup.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, you excited now?
I'm thrilled, yes. Woo, can't wait. And they play the defending champions next.
Woo!
The L.A. Lakers of the Emirates Cup tournament.
Are they the defending champions?
Aren't they? Didn't they win it last year?
No, they won the inaugural one.
Oh, who won it last year? Do you remember?
Nobody remembers.
Exactly. It's exactly right.
But they didn't hang a banner, which is why you don't remember.
The Lakers did.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was because it was the first one. Who knows? But the Spurs are in the semifinals. A great win for them. And I tell you what, Devin Vassell was on fire from outside in that game. And then they go to Minnesota, and I guess you just have a hangover from what was a huge win. Obviously, if you beat the Nuggets in their building, you had a little bit of a hangover, and I think the Spurs might have had that last night.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. They played extremely well for 3 quarters last night. And I was watching both, and, one, it was cold. How did Jess put it? It was cold outside.
Poop.
And so Sean was complaining about the cold. And about the time on the broadcast that they were talking about the in-flight meal that they were going to have and looking forward to, because Jacob Toby mentioned, we just got the menus for the plane. Sean was excited about it. Spurs were up like 7. They'd gone on a nice little run, and I don't know, do they hand the menu out on the bench too? Because almost right after that, the whole team went to, what did Jess say? Bleep. That's exactly what they did. That fourth quarter was a disaster. They got outscored 36-19 in the fourth quarter last night and lose to Minnesota.
They were tired.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. The Spurs are doing extremely well, 13-6, but it's a little bit of a kick in the stones when you have such a big win over Denver, and then you should go to Minnesota, you would think, and do it and there as well. At least that's what I was hoping for. Anthony Edwards was a monster last night for them. So, what are you going to do? You're going to lose some games in the NBA. It's going to happen.
Mitch Johnson afterwards talking about how their missed shots on offense affected their defense.
Honestly, I think it was even from the first half in terms of we missed a lot of good shots, and I think that carried our energy and our presence and our mojo way too much. We had 2 offensive rebounds in the second half. We had 25 missed threes. We had 7 offensive rebounds for the whole game. So you're talking about opportunity to get more possessions there, and we didn't turn them over. And so you're playing against a lot of set defenses. We got on our heels against the zone, did make some plays that were there, overthought it, held on to the ball, played against the clock, a variety of things. But just I think the biggest thing really disappointing was the activity and presence defensively, and then offensively just allowing the outcome to drive our energy and confidence.
Again, shoot or shoot, Devin Vassell was 1 of 9 from 3-point range. They as a team were 8 for 33. Vassell was 10 of 20 from the field, and so like he was spot on shooting 2-pointers. Couldn't hit anything from 3-point range. Harrison Barnes was 2 of 9. That dude missed so many easy shots that you would normally see him make. It's just a weird Sunday night in Minnesota when it was 9 degrees outside.
I guess that has to be it. I still think that they were either worn down in the fourth quarter or something. They didn't play any defense either, obviously, along with missing shots. So it's just it's life in the NBA. They come home now. They've got the Memphis Grizzlies here tomorrow night. And then I think they're right back out on the road.
Yeah, they're not home for very long.
Not at all.
And Sean was complaining about that on the broadcast too. Change your clothes and let's go. But again, that's with the injuries that they have, and they haven't put out the injury report yet for tomorrow. How soon until we see Castle? I saw Jeff McDonald. I've seen all kinds of weird stuff on the internet about Wemby and how close he is. I'm going to believe Jeff McDonald, who says he thinks it will be a while still for Wemby to be back. So you might see some other people posting that Wemby's close. I'm going to go with what Jeff McDonald tweeted.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
And something about, somebody wanted to make a bet for a game December. And he's like, I wouldn't take that bet. Or I would, and I don't sports gamble, whatever Jeff said. So I don't know how soon we'll see Wemby back, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be this week and doesn't feel like it's going to be next week either.
And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. Take your time. Make sure the guy's healthy. Make sure there's no issue. I'm in no hurry at all. I think the Spurs, without Wemby, have they've been playing well enough.
Yeah.
And so I think you keep that man on the bench for as long as you deem it necessary, that when he comes back, there's no issue. I have no problem with that. Let him sit. I'm perfectly fine.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Hey, Ron, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Gentlemen, well, if you watch the game and you paid particular attention to what they were doing in the third and fourth quarter, you'll remember that offensively they stopped passing the ball.
I mean, they've had all year, third quarters have been a problem for this team. Now, there's been some games where third quarter wasn't a problem, and they still scored 31 points in the third quarter last night against Minnesota. In fact, they outscored Minnesota 31-28. But you're right, Ron. It wasn't as fluid as you would like it to be. Why? I don't know. Mitch talked about last night the issues that they constantly seem to have in the third quarter. This is where Pledge would push button number 1 if he were paying attention.
I think starting the third quarter, I thought our activity, resistance, togetherness defensively was really poor. We turned them over, I believe, 0 times in the third quarter. And so we just didn't have that level of presence on or off the basketball. And they're a really good team. And then they do start making shots, and now it's going to be tough to try to slow that down. So I think it started before that. They obviously got hot in the fourth quarter. Our offense went bad in the fourth quarter, so that probably exacerbated some of that and allowed the runs to happen quicker. But I thought the second half was actually pretty poor. It just showed itself more in the fourth.
Yep, showed itself more in the fourth. Look,
big time.
You're going to have games like that, and they've been on the road now for a little while, haven't they? It's their third game. Not sure what the schedule is because football, but
yeah.
That's going to happen. You're going to have games like that. They come back tomorrow. Memphis team they should be able to handle at home, and they get back on track before you head back out on the road.
That's it. And again, it's December, and last night if they didn't start at 6 last night, and I didn't get my alert, I don't know that I would. Oh yeah, Spurs are playing, and you get that little gap between the 3 o'clock games in the NFL and the 7:20. I'm like, all right, I'm glad that I got my reminder because I'd forgot that the Spurs were actually playing last night in Minnesota. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Gary, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys, I just have a couple of quick questions. Okay. Spurs went to Denver. Played real well. They won the game. Denver's way up in elevation. You've got to give a little bit extra. I'm telling you, I don't care what anybody says to play in elevation because, I mean, I was a track athlete. I mean, one of the best in the States. When I was in the military, I went up to altitude, up in Kirtland, running around. I felt like I was about to have a heart attack the first time I did it. Then you come back to regular elevation. It messes with you. And the other thing is there a little bit more going on with Wemby, and they're just not telling us? I don't want it to be that way, but I'm just curious. A calf injury? And you're out 2 weeks?
Yeah, well, yes, because a calf injury, if it's not healed, probably can turn into something much more serious if he's not healed. I'm good with him. That's fine. You leave that man out as long as you need to until he is 100% healthy.
When you look at and you think about all the Achilles injuries last year in the playoffs, and what was it, Sauce Gardner yesterday for the Colts? And I know I
don't think he had an Achilles, though. It's just a calf strain, as it turns out.
It turns out, but it's interesting, though, when the comparison that I saw somebody, one of the gazillion shows, but Tyrese Halliburton, when his popped, he looked back because he thought somebody kicked him in the back, right? Like he's looking for who kicked him. And if you watch that Sauce Gardner video, he did the same thing. He felt something, looked back, thought somebody kicked him, and then hobbled off. And I think that's why a lot of docs right now are overly cautious with calf injuries to make sure it doesn't lead to an Achilles. And quite frankly, if Wemby is dealing with that, go for it. The fact that you see him on the court doing stuff and not wearing a boot, he was at the Jackals practice thing the other day, I don't think there's more to it with Wemby. I think you have the overly cautious Spurs being way overly cautious with Vic.
That's your franchise, and you're not going to go anywhere without him. And so if that turns into something more serious, then you're screwed. You leave we're December 1st.
Yep.
I mean, leave that man on the bench as long as you need to. I'm usually the one that is not patient.
Yeah.
In this case, I want to be patient with that guy because you're not going anywhere without him. And if the Spurs want to make a playoff run, he's got to be 100% healthy, and that's just the way that it needs to be. So I'm okay with him being out, and I hope. And I'm like you. I'll take Jeff McDonald at his word. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully he'll be fine when he gets back. The Houston Texans, my goodness, all of a sudden are back in the hunt. Now, a lot of that is because of, I don't know, Miles Davis. Davis Mills. What the hell's his name? Miles Davis. Wasn't he a poet or something?
I think it was what did he play, trumpet or something?
I don't know. Either, you know what I'm talking about.
No,
Davis
not really.
Davis Mills. That guy. That sounded really good in my head.
Yeah.
It did. We're talking Houston Texans football. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, let's talk about Stevens Roofing. I want to tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Family-owned company, local company, a company that's been in business here since 1983. That's an incredible run, if I do say so myself. And that just tells you one thing, that they're good at what they do, and they've got a lot of satisfied customers, that's for sure. Let them make you a satisfied customer as well. If you've got a problem with your roof, or you think you do, or you need to get it checked out, Stevens Roofing is the name you need to remember. The number you need to remember is 210-785-0994. Look, if you've been thinking about solar panels on your house, Stevens Roofing now does that. So it's Stevens Roofing and Solar. Call them 210-785-0994. They'll come out, design a plan for you. You tell them what you want to do and how you want to do it. And they'll come up with a good solution that is just for you. I'm going to tell you, their reputation is beyond spectacular. You won't regret doing business with Stevens Roofing and Solar. Again, that phone number is 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, we can't keep an eye on everything. Unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Another episode brought to you by Prize Picks. And I'll tell you, it's the holiday season. It's the best time of year for sports. The bowl games are beginning. You got college and pro basketball. You got playoff pushes all around, and it's all happening at once. There's no better place to play than at Prize Picks. I love going to Prize Picks because I get to stack different leagues. I like a football play. Let's say I like Jamar Chase this weekend. I also like Wemby with the blocks. I can add that in there as well. And you like to play the hockey as well. You've got everything there that you can stack. Above and beyond that, if you have a favorite player, you can play them in a lot of different ways. That's Prize Picks. Go download the app today, and when you do, remember the code ALAMO. If you remember the word ALAMO, there's free play in there, so go download Prize Picks and remember the code ALAMO. Get your money early. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's the code ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it tis the season to go play on your Prize Picks, and you know why? Because it feels so good to be right.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J.Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J.Crew Factory, Black Friday starts now. Come shop in store for 50 to 70% off everything, plus tons of limited time deals. You'll find the lowest price of the year on festive pajama pants for the family, all just $19.95, plus sweaters from $34.95 and so much more. Get in the spirit at J.Crew Factory, where you'll love our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J.Crew Factory store. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Happy you are here on this Monday afternoon. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. It is a Mellow Mushroom Monday. At some point in time, we'll give away a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom, as we do every Monday.
Far better than leftovers.
Yes.
Although,
time to get a good pizza or whatever else all the other good stuff that they have at Mellow Mushroom.
Pledge is not a chef. But did you make this or somebody in your family? Makes his trash. Just snack that you probably shouldn't eat on the air because
probably not. No, yeah.
But I can't. This whole cup is.
Well, that's why I left my cup in the office.
It's too addicting.
It is. It's very addicting. Very, very tasty, by the way. Good job, Pledge. Very nice. Sounds like we all had successful cooking weekends. How was the beer can chicken?
Oh, it's fantastic.
It was good?
Yeah, it was good. Way too many leftovers. And I'm not a big leftover guy.
Well, that's what's good about having Thanksgiving in my brother's house. I don't have to deal with the leftovers.
No leftover brisket?
None.
Leftover turkey?
Oh, yeah.
Did you take any home?
No. So we're probably going to decide to change up things because we always get 2 turkeys. We had a bunch of leftover turkey. It's going to have to get a bigger brisket.
Let's go 2 briskets.
Maybe. I might do that. Nah, I don't know about 2 briskets.
Turkey's $30, $40, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Something
briskets,
like that, yeah.
double that, triple that.
Triple that, I would say.
Bird, it is.
Yes. But I love the fact that, you ever notice when you do a brisket, at least me, and I'm guessing you're the same way, you never really know how it turned out until you unwrap it and cut into it.
Sure.
It's always kind of a surprise because I'm cutting that thing and I got an audience of people there.
Oh, and you're nervous?
Well, a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But it was perfect.
Pictures look good.
Perfect.
Appreciate you dropping some off at the house.
Well, there was none left. So,
you could always, as you're slicing it, put it aside so there would always be some left.
Why would I do that?
Because you love me.
Yeah, no.
You could do that for yourself, too. I know you love you.
That's what Maggie told me. Maggie said, let's cut it here at the house and put some aside.
Yeah.
So I can't do that. I want to cut it there where it's fresh, still juicy.
It's still going to be juicy.
Well, it still will be, but you know what I mean. I like the unveiling.
You want to put on a show.
I like the this is great, Joe. This is fantastic. This tastes great.
Then, so you don't have to carve the turkey.
Well, it was already carved when I got there, which was nice. Yeah.
Oh, so somebody, did all that without an audience, huh? So it can be done.
Well, they had an audience.
Just
I'm sure
not
they
you.
did. Well, my sister's there, my brother-in-law, they're all staying at my brother's house. So, yeah, they had an audience. It was good.
Goldfinger said he did a picanha. That sounds good.
That's not bad.
Picanha's
not
good.
bad.
Good little chimichurri sauce with it. It's fantastic.
See, I like to go upgrade a little bit for Christmas. I'll probably do some prime rib.
I did a test run last night on my Christmas dinner with lamb lollipops.
Oh, wow.
That were fantastic.
They were good, huh?
They turned out really well.
I'm not a lamb guy.
You'd be surprised how good these are. Because I've had some lamb that I wasn't a fan of, but I had some recently, and I was like, I can do that. And it was good. A little trick, and but I've got to do this at my mom's. Hopefully she's not listening, but she would have to know how to work the internet to be listening. She doesn't know that this is what it's going to be, but I wanted to do a test run to see, and it came out really good.
Well, that's good. So that's what you're having for Christmas dinner, huh?
It's what I'm thinking right now.
All right. Yeah.
It's hard when you either do something here and you transport it 3 hours, and it's 5, 6, 8, 10 hours later when you're eating it. Not always the best, or so I've always got to figure out what I can do to take them on besides ribs.
Oh, you could always do the microwave ribs. I'm sure your mom will have those ready for you when you get there.
It might be the worst thing on planet Earth. I know I've told you this story. My mom does ribs in the microwave, and they are disgusting. They are so gross. She served them one time, and I took one bite, and I'm thinking, what in the hell is this?
Yeah, I don't.
And then she said she made them in the microwave.
That doesn't even sound good. I'm sure there's a recipe for that, though, right?
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, they were awful. Not a fan.
No,
not a fan.
No.
Not a fan.
I had some tamales for lunch today.
Did you really?
And I got at Tri-County Meat Market when I picked up the brisket.
Yeah, those are good.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I like tamales. I'm a tamale guy.
Me too.
Love them. The Texans got to be feeling pretty good about themselves right now, I would think.
Well, I mean, they got Miles Davis on their side.
Well,
I mean, they're rocking and rolling. Here we go.
Poor guy was on the bench yesterday.
Absolutely.
Jeez.
Davis Mills.
Yeah. That's what you're just a backup, and you always will be. Poor guy. Won 3 in a row, hands the keys over to C.J. Stroud, and, well, they beat the Colts. Huge win for the Texans yesterday.
You look at that game, and if you're a Houston Texan fan, you have to be excited about the potential, right? Because CJ looked good yesterday. He looked comfortable yesterday. Before the concussion, there were some games where he just didn't look comfortable at all within the offense. So I don't know if his 3 weeks off, 3 games off, that extra time, whatever extra film study he was doing, whatever extra meetings they may or may have not have had, and who knows. But he looked like a completely different quarterback yesterday against the Colts than he did a month and a half ago. And maybe it's just the offense is at a point now with the new play caller to where everybody seems to be on the same page, but he was on the same page with seemingly the calls. That offensive line is playing better. Hell, we might have seen the block of the year. The ESPYs. I mean, I know what a pancake is. That was super pancakes. I mean, that was I mean, he got the whole stack. I've never seen an offensive lineman get blocked quite like that. That one should win some sort of award. And the defense is just doing what the defense does.
They're playing well, and I think as long as you have a defense like that, you've got a shot to make a playoff run. I mean, there's been plenty of examples of teams over the years with offense not as great, but that defense is superb, and they make a big run. Look, I'm happy for the Texans. 4 in a row now, and it looks like that division is up for grabs. I mean, Jacksonville is in the lead right now.
Yeah.
But they're playing good football, so you can't just sit here and say, wow, Jacksonville. But so are the Texans, and the Colts have kind of come back to life a little bit. So that division is up for grabs, and it should come right down to the wire as far as that goes.
Well, when you look at, I mean, Jacksonville, their schedule to close out, they've got the Colts this week. Then they get the Jets, the Broncos, the Colts again, and Tennessee. And you kind of go back and you think about Houston splitting with Jacksonville this year, but they've got the Chiefs coming up this week, and then their schedule is easy until the last game of the year. After the Chiefs, they get the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Chargers, and then the Colts at home. So when you start looking at Jacksonville's schedule, a little bit tougher than Houston's, the Colts, they get Jacksonville this week. Then they get Seattle, at Seattle.
Oh, wow.
Then they get San Francisco. Then they get Jacksonville. Then they get Houston, right? This is a Colts team that has lost 2 in a row in 3 of their last 4. So you talk about them coming back down to earth. It might be a complete crash and burn, especially when you look at what looked like they were running away with the AFC South. The way Jacksonville has come on, quite frankly, the way Houston has come on, at this point, I think I'd be surprised if the Colts actually won the AFC South.
I would be too. Look, I wouldn't count out Jacksonville at this point in time. The way they're playing football, they are playing good football for a change. And I think it just took them a while to get going with the new head coaching staff, but they're playing some pretty good football. So, I don't know. Do you trust the Texans? I mean, in all sincerity, obviously their offense is proven, or their defense is proven, but
I think their defense says I can trust them. I mean, to answer your question, and I do think the AFC South is going to end up with at least 2 teams in the playoffs because the AFC North is just dog mess, right?
How about Cincinnati?
I mean,
going into Baltimore and winning that football game.
I mean,
Joey is back.
I mean, he is, and Baltimore, Pittsburgh, the Fire Tomlin chants might have been the biggest surprise of the weekend, and I say that I know that there's been rumblings with Steeler fans that maybe it's time to go, but the Fire Tomlin chants at Pittsburgh, with everything, his longevity, all of that, all the winning seasons, all none of that matters. And in some ways, and we didn't have ESPN back then, and there wasn't 24-hour sports talk radio, but you think about back in the day, 87, 88, all the Cowboy fans wanting Tom Landry to be fired.
Yep.
And then, of course, it happens, and they all lost their mind. Now, some of it was because he had a new owner coming in and all of that, but let's face it, at some point, everybody's run ends. And I don't know the hierarchy in Pittsburgh. They don't fire coaches. They've been searching for a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger retired, and they haven't found one. They hitched their wagon this year to Aaron Rodgers.
Dude looked like a Rocky movie at the end.
Dude.
He got the crap beat out of him yesterday.
I think he's a bum.
I am not an Aaron Rodgers fan, but my respect for him, watching him take the hits that he did, including the one he gets clobbered from behind by Bosa, face driven into the ground, gets up all bloody, fumbles. It was a scoop and score. He's playing with a broken arm, and he's still out there slinging it and competing. He's one of them old school, tough SOBs that let's go play. All the other stuff that comes with Aaron Rodgers, I'd leave behind, but he could easily say, screw it, I'm not going back in because I'm going to get killed. He is such a competitor, and it's weird to see him at that point, but the old adage, father time. But that's who Pittsburgh hitched their wagon to this year, and the results are what they are. I don't know how many of us are really surprised, but was that a Tomlin decision, or is that a GM ownership decision? Because they haven't been able to get the quarterback right. Now, for those fans, and I know there's a lot of Steeler fans because they're everywhere listening right now, and one of my really good friends is a Steeler fan.
Yeah, I've never been able to figure out why, but yeah.
He likes yellow pants.
I guess.
But their defense is the highest paid. Tomlin's a defensive-minded head coach, and their defense is trash.
It's horrible, and that's been their downfall, no doubt. Look, Rodgers didn't look like he was having any fun yesterday.
But he competed his ass off.
None whatsoever. But look, I mean, again, is this how you want to see Aaron Rodgers go out? Oh, yeah, he's competing, but he looks like dog mess. And that's the problem I have with some of these older athletes when you just lose. And he's not as good as he once was, not even close. And it's just time for him to move on and go away. I fully expect him to retire, although who knows when you're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
If he only had a George Pickens type wide receiver to throw to.
Wouldn't that be something? And you talk about whoever made that decision, in all honesty, because they didn't get a lot for him.
No.
So whoever made that decision has got to be held accountable, too, because they have nobody. They got the guy from Seattle, right? I mean, Metcalf.
DK Metcalf, yeah.
So, but that's it.
When again, you look at now, there are older quarterbacks that sometimes look really old. Matt Stafford fit that bill yesterday. Yet, I still look at him as an MVP, the MVP this year, even though he had a rough game yesterday in Carolina. And everybody's going to have one of those. But this whole season for Pittsburgh has kind of felt like what we saw yesterday. But the fire Tomlin chants in that building was stunning. That to me was the biggest surprise of the weekend.
Look, I think they're frustrated. Fans get frustrated just like the rest. And again, what do you do in that situation? Do you get rid of him and try to start over? Because you're going to need a new quarterback, obviously. So, what do you do in that situation? It's because, look, they still have a damn good chance of winning that division.
They do.
Right? I mean, and so until the season's over, maybe it's a little early to say anything. But I tell you what, if I had to put my money on and I don't know if Cincinnati's too far out of this thing to get back in it. Maybe not. The way they played against the Ravens the other day, and I certainly have no trust in the Ravens right now. Lamar Jackson's probably playing the worst that he's played as a Baltimore Raven.
That's what's crazy when you look at that division and, what we saw Thursday night, the late game. The Bengals just manhandled Baltimore. And how did the Bengals defense all of a sudden seemingly get better? And some just having Joe Burrow there give that defense that much more confidence. Did they make some adjustments, or is Lamar just playing that poorly? Now, granted, they've got Derrick Henry. They don't have all the receivers. Their great tight end aging, not what he once was. It's a bizarre NFL season. And look, we're December, so the idea that Chicago's not for real, they're for real. New England, they're for real. You look at the teams now at the top. Denver, they figured out a way yesterday. Beats the hell out of me how, because I thought Washington outplayed them most of the game. But when you're looking at the tops, even teams like Carolina's not a playoff team, but it's 7-6, and look at some of their wins. They've beaten all the good teams this year.
Carolina's for real, and Bryce Young is finding a way to play pretty well sometimes.
Contract
he's
6'7"? Were you doing the 6'7" motion? Were you about to say he was 6'7"?
He's inconsistent, is what I was trying to do. But but that team's good. They got a decent defense. They got a hell of a running game.
Yeah.
And so they're for real. The Rams found that out. You can't take that team for granted anymore. That is for sure. It's interesting stuff. It really is. On a Mellow Monday, we'll be giving away a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom at some point. I don't want to do it now, Minix.
No, not yet.
We'll get when people's stomachs start growling and they're thinking about Mellow Mushroom and all the good food that they have there. When we come back, though, a lot happening in college football, pro football, all of the above. We're talking about it all right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. With the San Antonio Marathon coming up this weekend, if you're participating, it's sold out. You get injured, keep in mind the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the Blitz. 2 to 6 on YouTube and always at sasportstar.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
How's the heating and AC at your house? If you've got any issues, you've got to call Right Home Services. Veteran-owned and operated, they've been serving San Antonio for more than 45 years now. They're certified, background-checked, and highly trained professionals. And right now, Right Home Services has a great special. This is for a whole home AC system replacement, $79.99 right now. The number's 210-444-0000, Right Home Services.
The right stuff.
Football season is in full swing and Underdog's the best.
Funding to give them a chance at adoption. I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Cowboys are firmly back in the playoff hunt at 6-5-1 after their Thanksgiving Day win over the Chiefs. They have a date with the Lions coming up this Thursday and perhaps some reinforcements coming. Cornerback Trayvon Diggs had his 21-day practice window open, could return for Thursday night. Houston Texans have now won 4 in a row after beating the Colts yesterday 20-16. They are within a game of the top spot in the AFC South.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Happy Monday, everybody. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving holiday weekend. I certainly did. I think Jason did as well, and we're happy you're spending some time with us on this Monday afternoon here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and you had a good holiday weekend,
I
didn't
had a great holiday weekend. I felt like I've had like 3 or 4 Sundays in a row. My liver needs a little bit of a break.
No kidding.
Great time in Arlington for Cowboys Chiefs. A lot better that my team won.
Yeah, I'm sure that it was.
The 2 Kansas types that I was with not only had a long drive back to Kansas City.
Oh, they drove?
Yeah, they drove.
Ooh, okay.
8 hours.
Yeah.
And they left shorts weather in Texas for snow in Kansas City.
Yeah, my mother-in-law said they got about 5-6 inches there in St. Louis the other night. So a lot of cold weather. It's cold here, for goodness sake. But, no snow, thank God. I don't want to see that.
No, I don't want to see snow.
I really don't. You remember you're a kid, you want, snow. I don't want to, unless I'm on vacation somewhere where I need snow, I don't want to see it again.
I tend to vacation where there's not snow.
Well, me too.
But, and it's odd because my wife was the captain of her high school ski team. She loves to go snow skiing.
Okay.
She married the wrong dude. I ain't ever going.
Yeah.
I'm not ever going. And why we haul around these old skis that are heavy as hell that she's had since back in the day. And if she were to go skiing again, she would get new ones, right? But we still have these old skis just for fun. They're in the shed. I saw them the other day when I was getting out all the Christmas stuff and wondering why do we still have them. But, they're hers.
Yeah, sure.
I've never been one. You know what? Let's go to Colorado. It's cold. Let's go skiing.
Yeah.
It's never been my thing. I've been skiing, went in Vermont one time. I remember one of the first times seeing snow when I was in the Navy and in New York City, and 3 weeks later that same snow was still there, but now it was kind of brown and gross.
Yeah.
I decided I don't like this stuff.
Slushy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not good. Look, I'm okay if people want to do that. I've got relatives and stuff, but it's like I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to wake up when it's cold. Had a guy used to work with me, Evan Klosky, who had a job in, I don't know, one of the Dakotas. And he said he had to put something on his car battery to warm it up so it wouldn't freeze.
A heater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of that.
Well, wait till you put chains on your tires.
Don't want to do that either.
I mean, if you were making enough money.
No.
If you grew up in that, you're from Alice, Texas.
Well, if you grew up in that.
If you grew up in it, you're part of life. I'll never forget Rob Thompson and I and R.J. Ochoa, Super Bowl in Minnesota. One day it was like minus 57 or whatever it was with the windshield.
Minus 57.
My glasses froze, right? We're driving from where our hotel was to where Radio Row was, which was at the Mall of America, one of the dumbest ideas the NFL has ever had. And as we're driving there, the inside of the windshield was freezing.
Huh.
And so Rob and I are talking about this on the air. And a security guard walks over during one of the commercial breaks and says, you know what you do in these situations is you put unscented kitty litter in a sock and you put that on your dash. So when you're breathing, that moisture coming out of your mouth doesn't make it to the windshield and freezes. It will get, and I thought, why in the hell would you live in a place where that is a reality?
Dude, I have no idea.
And whoever thought of that's probably a genius, but that would also be your indication it's time to move.
Yeah, right. But some of these people like it. You watch the Green Bay in December. And those people are out there in the stands like it's nothing. Well, Buffalo, they're out there with no shirts on.
Well, again, they're drunk.
Well, I
and
get
you
it.
would be
still
too if
cold.
you live there.
It'd be a cold drunk.
I mean, but again, for those of you, it's like when somebody moves here from not, it's 92 degrees outside, like, it's so hot, dude. The oven's not even on yet, man. Just wait.
Well, that is a good point. That is a good point because the heat doesn't bother me. So I guess it's the same way if you grew up in the cold.
Yeah.
I don't get it, though. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. But, hey, if you like that, good. We've got a couple of people here on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page that like skiing. We've also got a poll up on said YouTube page if you'd like to go there. The question's very simple today. Is Texas a playoff team, or should they be a playoff team is what we're saying? And, yes, 62% to 38%. A lot of Texas fans voting, I guess.
Well, and again, maybe Steve Sarkisian is listening in, and he voted because he had a press conference earlier today. In a lot of ways, you could say he took a shot at the committee.
We've played 5 top 10 ranked teams, and we've beaten 3 of them. There's teams that are ranked in front of us that haven't played any top 10 ranked teams. And so my point to everybody is this about what your record is at the end, or is this about beating quality teams and showing how good of a team you really are by beating quality teams on the field? Or is it don't play good teams, put up a bunch of yards, put up a bunch of points, and make it look good? Throw fade route touchdowns with 38 seconds to go when you're ahead 31-7 so that the score looks better. So is the committee really watching the games, or are they just looking at a stat sheet at the end of the game to say, oh, well, they won by this many points. They must have played really good.
That's what they're doing. I mean, they can't watch all the games, can they? I mean, it's difficult, and for all of these people. But look, you're in the SEC. Sometimes your schedule is a little easier than others. Last year, Texas had a pretty easy SEC schedule. They got to the playoffs. This year, it was a lot harder. Texas A&M schedule this year. I know, Aggie fans, your schedule was pretty damn easy this year. Undefeated, and you played Texas, and you got beat. It's just the luck of the draw. It's the way that it works out. And if you want to complain, I mean, win games. Well, all right, you got 3 losses. Go win games. Go beat Florida, who only have 3 losses or 3 wins all season long.
The idea, I'm with you. And again, I think Sark does make some valid points. Do you want us to schedule these games or not? And if you're going to go down, but you can't have a bad loss. He made the comparison of Northern Illinois beating Notre Dame, and yet Notre Dame was still able to get in there. And again, I'm a Longhorn fan. This Texas team did not earn a way into the playoffs this year. Other years, I think things could be a little bit different. You think about, that late touchdown. I think he's talking about Miami to make it look like a bigger win, 38-7 over Pitt than it was. And that might be Miami's in the same boat at 10-2. right? Is it the number of losses that you're looking for? That's what the committee is going to look for. Keep in mind, the committee is they're a TV show, and they're trying to put together matchups that are going to create great television audiences. But Texas, they're not a playoff team this year. Their bowl game was Friday night, a win over Texas A&M, because when they get assigned to play, I don't know, I'd love it to be Miami in the Gator Bowl. You don't even know who's going to show up to play in that, and nobody's going to care or remember if they won or lost that game. Their bowl game was Friday night, knocking off Texas A&M because they aren't a playoff team, and that wasn't a big enough win to make the committee go, oh, man, let's forget everything else that we've saw and go with that. And I think Sark was trying to make that point, and if you were just going on the last thing you saw, maybe you could, but their body of work this season, struggling with, I don't know, UTEP, is still a part of their resume. Even though they got the win, they're not a playoff team in my mind. I'm a Longhorn fan. They're not a playoff team.
They've been playing much better toward the end of the season. I will give them that. But you can't lose to Florida, who again, only has 3 wins on the season. That to me, is a bigger – I don't think they're holding Ohio State against them. I don't think they are at all. I mean, they go up there. It was a 14-7 game. It was a good competitive football game. I really don't think they're holding that against them. But I think they are holding Florida against them and getting rolled by Georgia. I think they're holding that against them.
Georgia was a close game going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but it didn't end that way, did it?
No, but again, to his point, did you watch the game or you just look at a stat sheet? And if you just look at the stat sheet, you would describe they got rolled by Georgia.
They did.
They got rolled in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
But it was, 14-10 going into the fourth?
That's like saying, oh, my gosh, well, if it wasn't for that fourth quarter, we'd have looked pretty good losing to Georgia. Come on, you got to play 4 quarters of football, and Texas obviously didn't do that.
All right, but do you not get the credit for
No, you don't.
beating Oklahoma the way you did?
Well, yeah, you should,
right?
yes.
I mean, so I could see Sark has to politic.
Well, sure he does.
And it's politicking season. But it's also one of those years where there's a lot of really good teams that are going to have an opportunity, and they don't have 3 losses. Do you take a 3-loss Texas team because they look good late, and they're Texas, over some of these 2-loss teams that are going to be in the mix? And whatever happens tomorrow night doesn't matter because you still got to get through the conference championship games.
Right.
It's just not the year for Texas. Still a solid season, but the standard at Texas is playoffs and go win a championship. And I know you can't do that every year. Sark's going to say that when they don't get in. And they've got a great foundation for next year. He's going to tell us that too.
Oh, yeah.
But in reality, as much as I want to see Texas in, they didn't deserve it this year.
Well, but again, would it surprise you if they somehow snuck in? It wouldn't surprise me at all because of what you just said. It's a reality show, and you want an Arch Manning in your playoff pool, and I think that could help them. Should it? No, I don't think they're a playoff team. So, but we'll see what happens. It would not surprise me at all if somehow, some way, Texas snuck in.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. John, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Yeah. How y'all doing?
Good.
If Alabama loses next week, are they a playoff team still?
No.
Well, I don't think so, but then who is? And that could vault, I guess, Texas in if that. But I don't know these conference championship games really count that much, and I'll be honest with you. I don't know what the committee looks at, and I'm not sure. Or let's put it this way, should it count against you?
No.
Because you're playing an extra game that nobody else has to play. And so I think they do.
I think if Alabama were to lose, that would open the door for Miami to get in ahead of Texas.
Could be. Miami's got, what, 2 losses?
Yep. When you look at obviously the top 4, all right, they're going to be in, right, and that includes Texas Tech getting a bye. A&M is in, Oregon is in, Ole Miss is in, Oklahoma's in, Virginia's going to be in. Is Virginia? Are they in a conference championship game?
Yeah, they are.
Although I don't know that I'd hold it against them if they. Well, because they would lose to Duke, right? If they lose to Duke, they're out. And Notre Dame is going to be in again. And if you're Miami, you're looking at Notre Dame saying, I beat them head to head. Texas is the same with Oklahoma in, but now you're looking at the number of losses. And for Texas, one of those losses is just such a bad loss. I know the Notre Dame argument. Well, last year they lost to Northern Illinois at home.
Please. I mean,
it's a fair argument to state your case, but let's go to a jury of our committee, and the committee's going to say birds up.
I think you're absolutely right. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But I don't think those conference championship games, the committee's going to take those into consideration. Now, I don't know if Alabama gets rolled, perhaps, but again, it's an extra game that nobody else has to play. And that's my problem with Notre Dame because they're too chicken poop to get into a conference. And I know it benefits them, financially, but they need to get in a conference. And if you're that good, get in and let's see how you do. I'd love to see Notre Dame in the SEC because I don't think they'd even be a consideration right now, or maybe even the Big Ten as well. Look, there needs to be rules for everybody, and they need to be the same. And I've heard coaches say, if those conference championships are going to count against us, well, we should stop playing them.
That's why A&M not playing this weekend. Yeah, they lost to Texas, and that burns. But now they get 3 weeks to get ready to likely play North Texas or Tulane at Kyle Field, and then move on in the playoffs. That extra time and if they're going to have an extra game, I'd rather be in the playoffs where they're going to make a whole lot more money at the university, and they get the win and they get to advance.
Well, yeah, it cost them a first-round bye.
Yep.
Basically is what it cost them. But then again, you go back to the conference championship argument. They'd have to get ready and play in that thing. So interesting stuff as we talk a lot of college football. It's going to be a debate. Tomorrow night we'll get another college football playoff poll, which obviously will have some controversy because they all do. Dallas Cowboys, huge win. They've won 3 in a row now. Huge win on Thanksgiving Day against Kansas City. They've got another huge game coming up this Thursday against the Detroit Lions, which, by the way, will be at the Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road for that. Make your plans now to join us out there. It should be an exciting atmosphere. Cowboys, Lions, and what is turning out to be just a massive game. Coach Schottenheimer had a press conference. We'll talk to him when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. First of all, let me brag a little bit about my Connecticut quality water softener. You know I love to do that because some things you're more proud of than others. I tell you what, this is one of the best things that I have in my house, and it is just fantastic. The difference it makes is noticeable. You can notice how much cleaner you are when you get out of the shower. You notice how much cleaner your clothes are out of the washing machine, and your dishes as well out of the dishwasher. And all along, you know how you're protecting those appliances. They're going to last that much longer because of the hard water we have here in San Antonio and South Texas. Well, you don't have that with a Connecticut quality water softener. All their products are made in America. It is the most popular water softener on the market. And look, Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. I love the fact that you don't plug the thing in. It does not run on electricity, so obviously there's no drain on your electric bill, but it does provide soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they still have that deal going on, a reverse osmosis drinking station. When you buy a Connecticut quality water softener, they'll install it. You'll get it for free right there at your kitchen sink. I love mine. It's like having bottled water at your kitchen sink. And 0% interest for 12 months. Free money for 12 months. Look, you don't want to wait. Give them a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
1, 2, 3, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Thursday night at 7:15. The Cowboys are in the Motor City, taking on the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. Pregame at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com. Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
When you switch to Progressive and bundle your home and auto, you could save hundreds, and that's a surprising amount of money.
Whoa, that's like farmer's market money.
That's like give me a gallon of that locally sourced raw honey money.
That's certified organic heirloom tomatoes in every imaginable color except red money.
That's let's get 2 pounds of pink oyster mushrooms money. I'm not even sure I like pink oyster mushrooms.
Guess it's time to find out, because you could save hundreds when you switch to Progressive and bundle. Then the world is your pink oyster mushroom. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Joe?
I started a woodworking business. I was able to build beautiful furniture, but had no handle on the business side of things, so quickly fell behind in my taxes. 1 year of being behind in taxes quickly turned into 5 years. I ended up owing almost $37,000.
Then Joe found Tax Relief Advocates.
I would hear ads for Tax Relief Advocates. One day it just clicked. This is my exact situation that I'm in. So I wrote down the number and called from the car when I got home that day. TRA saved me 99% of what I owed the IRS, and that brought a huge sense of relief.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Joe did and call TRA for a consultation.
I'm really happy that I made that call, and I finally felt like I could breathe again.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-484-4743. 800-484-4743. That's 800-484-4743.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, Monday Night Football, the Giants and the Patriots. Did the Patriots keep it rolling?
It's a game day ball. Spurs welcome Memphis in town. And oh, by the way, there's a little ranking going to come out on Tuesday night. Wonder where Aggies land, and does Texas have a chance? We'll talk about it all, but you're going to have to set an alarm. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, Jason, the practice report came out today. Short week for the Cowboys and the Lions. A couple of guys did not practice, Jadeveon Clowney and Tyler Guyton for the Cowboys. A lot of guys limited, but that's to be expected. The big one for Detroit is Amon-Ra St. Brown. Sprained ankle, questionable for Thursday night's game. That'd be huge if the Cowboys don't have to face him.
It would be big time. And what a game, right? Almost like what I said going into the Kansas City game. The Chiefs needed that one more, right?
Yeah, they did.
And again, in that Cowboys locker room, everybody in there better believe they still have a chance. I can sit here in this chair and say, and they're going to turn things around and disappoint us at the end, but they're not going to win. But now all of a sudden you look around at what's happened in the NFL, and I'm glad those guys in the room believe, because I'd have punted on this season about 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Yet they've won 3 in a row, including both teams that played in the Super Bowl last year. They've beaten both of them in the last 2 weeks. Now you get a chance this Thursday night to pregame with us at the Roo Pub from 2 to 6 and then stick around and watch them play a team that was in the conference championship game, big playoff game. They lost to Washington.
They were 13-3 last year. The Detroit 14-3.
Yeah,
I think they only had 3 losses.
They were in the NFC Championship game 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They lost to Washington in the divisional last year. But either way, a team that many thought was going to be a Super Bowl contending team that's struggling. Now all of a sudden, the Cowboys, with this 3-game winning streak, they're back in the playoff chase, and Brian Schottenheimer says they've got to keep everything the same.
Yeah, tighter coverage. I think that starts affecting the quarterback is a huge part of that. You know, getting, even if it's not sacks, it's hits. It's moving them off the spot. It's them feeling the rush kind of in his face. But really a combination of those. And, when we've struggled on third down, Todd, it's been really a lot of third and longs. Like, we've struggled on third and long, which is really you're trying to get people into third and long. And so I think that it's been more of the first two things that we've made them have to make tighter, more contested throws, one. And then, of course, the quarterbacks have been, feeling the pressure of our pass rush.
And again, that third down defense has gotten so much better for the Cowboys, and you could hear why. Problem when you're dealing with Detroit, third down doesn't mean as much because
it sure
they go for it all the time on fourth down.
Yeah, it's a preparation thing. Third down is really second down. And that's the way you have to look at it. So when you're calling a defense and you're flus, you have to understand, let's say it's 3rd and 7 or 8, whereas in the league it's probably, in most situations, I know probably for myself, it's pretty heavy pass. But with a guy like that that's willing to go for it on fourth down, you got to be ready for different things, maybe a perimeter screen, maybe a run, a trap, something like that. But I think part of it is the preparation. You normally carry a few extra calls on third down that can carry into fourth down because you know that there's going to be situations like that. And then in terms of the trick plays, trick plays are really cool when they work, but what stops trick plays is having great eyes and great communication on defense. And, we're both in situations where this is an important game and we want to play well. And I think that you should expect the unexpected.
And that run game will be tested, the run defense for the Cowboys, because the Lions, they have a couple pretty good running backs. It's going to be interesting to see. What I like, though, they had 3 sacks on Patrick Mahomes the other day. They're getting pressure on the quarterback, and obviously Mahomes moves around a hell of a lot better than Jared Goff does.
No doubt. Although I will tell you, they probably should have had Mahomes down 4 or 5 or 6 more times. That dude is a witch in getting out of coverage. But a lot of times, you look at it, just having Quentin Williams as a part of that defense. And even Shotty was talking about just the impact that he brings.
I think it starts with just the way you have to game plan him. We've done that quite a bit, Skyler, over the last couple of years. And, I mean, you have to have a plan to neutralize him. Him one-on-one is a very, very tough assignment for really any interior offensive lineman. But I do think that he's exactly right. It's not just one guy. You know, I mean, we have Jadeveon Clowney's affecting the quarterback as much as anybody. You know what I'm saying? The coverage, Revel is doing a great job of tying up receivers, which is, again, tighter coverage, so now the pass rush gets home. And I think what you hear Q say is real. You know, defense is about all 11 guys. But, again, I'd be lying if I said when you open up the personnel report and you see Quinnen Williams' name, you're like, oh, what am I going to do about this? You know, and so I think that's real. And when you pay a lot of attention to him, it gives other guys a lot of opportunities to showcase their talent.
Yeah, no doubt. And I tell you what, Quinnen Williams has made a hell of a difference. I mean, he really has. It's been phenomenal. The entire defensive front has improved tremendously, and that's helping everybody out. The secondary, everybody. And as I mentioned earlier in SportsCenter, Trayvon Diggs could actually play this Thursday.
I think everybody just executed, man, to the best of their ability. I wasn't here before. I don't really know what was going on before I got here. But since I've been here, man, everybody just been firing on all cylinders when it come down to doing their job the best of their ability and feeding off each other, learning from each other, pushing each other, holding each other accountable. And it's been unbelievable to be a part of. And all I say, man, nobody can, like I say, man, change one thing. One person can't change the thing, man. One person can't affect the game and for win losses. It's a team effort. It's a unit effort, especially on defense. We all lose together. We all win together. So it's just been unbelievable to work with those guys in the defensive room and to get better every single day. So
yeah, Q says all the right things.
Of
but
course
he knows
does.
he's making that kind of an impact.
He has to know that. He has to know that. I find it funny here. I thought you didn't leave the room, did you? Because Jacob on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page says his cousin's over here yelling Super Bowl.
Nobody's saying that.
That's what he says. I don't know.
Where? I don't see that on our YouTube.
It's right there. I'm looking at it right now. Why would I can't make something like that up, Minix?
And why would you? And look, I mean, let's talk about the playoffs. And for a guy like Williams, think about a great player like Williams, who Jerry over Thanksgiving said before the season he offered Micah and A1 to get this guy is how much Jerry apparently wanted him. This little Cowboys, if you look at the TV graphics and they got the teams that are in and the Cowboys are in the hunt part of the graphic.
Yes.
I mean, they're in the – this is as close as Quinnen Williams has ever been to the playoffs.
Yeah, it is.
How do you feel?
I kind of really don't even think about it. I kind of really just try to get better every single day. It's a goal I have for this defense, and we have for ourselves, is to be one of the best defenses in the league, and just stacking to that goal every single day and do the things that we can do every single day to get to that goal is kind of the main thing on my mind. And the things that I can do to help this defense become the number one defense in the league is kind of the main thing on my mind.
Dude's got cliches down pat.
Yeah, let's pump the brakes a little bit, Q, because the best defense in the league, well, they're not close to that, but I guarantee you they've improved tremendously since his arrival. I don't think there's any question about it. Jadeveon Clowney, I think, is one of the beneficiaries of that. He is played well. So you can't not watch a game and see the improvement in that defense. It's it's impossible.
I mean, Kenny Clark.
Yeah, and Kenny Clark too. Sure.
I mean, all of them. And the one of the departures last year, watching Tank Lawrence play for Seattle.
Dude, he's a monster.
I mean, you talk about one that got away. And his salary, compared to Micah's salary, what Tank Lawrence is doing in Seattle, it's pretty incredible.
It really is pretty incredible. He's playing well. That Seattle team's good. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I don't think there's any question about it. As we move on toward the playoffs, I like the fact that Seattle's playing well. I don't know who's going to win that division over there. Jason, you got Seattle, you got the Rams, and now the 49ers are starting to play good football.
I still like the Rams.
Yeah, me too.
I still like the Rams, even though they lost yesterday to Carolina. But we know Carolina beats nothing but good teams. Honestly.
Yeah.
Go look
sure.
at their wins.
Yeah, well, that's true.
And Carolina's got to be the dumbest team out there when you try to figure out Carolina. I mean, their wins this year have been, they beat the Cowboys. They beat the Packers. They've beaten the Rams. They've beaten the Falcons twice. Does that matter?
No.
Somehow they lost to Arizona. They did lose to New England. They've lost to Buffalo. They lost to the Saints. But they can beat the Rams and the Packers and the Cowboys. That make sense.
It makes no sense at all. I'm just looking here, something Pledge sent, the uniforms for Thursday night. Cowboys are going to have to wear blue. Detroit's making them wear blue.
Oh, Dan Campbell.
How about that?
Oh, here we go with the blue jersey jinx crowd.
Blue jersey jinx. Here we go. We'll see if it works out this time around. Steve Sarkisian, he ought to be a politician when he retires from coaching football because he's politicking a lot, trying to get his Texas Longhorns in the playoff conversation. Is he going to do any good? We'll talk about it. We'll hear from Sark when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. The winter gear is out, so if you need your logo on a nice jacket, half-zip hoodie, beanie, that sort of thing, Sam will get you taken care of. In fact, he's got a full line of Tommy Bahama now. So imagine your company logo on a nice Tommy Bahama shirt, half-zip, quarter-zip jacket. Go see Sam. He's got all the big-name brands, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, Under Armour, just to name a few. If you need caps done, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And all the popular cap brands, Katie Cap, Nike Cap America, Richardson 112 style trucker caps in stock, just waiting for your logo. You need T-shirts, sweatshirts, long-sleeve T-shirts, screen printed. Go see Sam. He's got everything you need. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Nobody has better prices. Sam is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, certainly no order too big. And if you're thinking about getting items done for Christmas, whether it's for your employees, somebody in the family, get in there and get that order in. Call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410 across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J.Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J.Crew Factory, Black Friday starts now. Come shop in store for 50 to 70% off everything, plus tons of limited time deals. You'll find the lowest price of the year on festive pajama pants for the family, all just $19.95, plus sweaters from $34.95 and so much more. Get in the spirit at J.Crew Factory, where you'll love our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J. Crew Factory store. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
How's the heating and AC at your house? If you've got any issues, you've got to call Right Home Services. Veteran-owned and operated, they've been serving San Antonio for more than 45 years now. They're certified, background-checked, and highly trained professionals. And right now, Right Home Services has a great special. This is for a whole home AC system replacement, $79.99 right now. The number's 210-444-0000, Right Home Services.
The right stuff.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB. If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Well, I just saw where Lane Kiffin had his introductory press conference at LSU. Looks like that just wrapped up.
Yep.
So it's official. He's a Tiger.
You know, a couple of things. And one of the quotes that I saw scroll by, everybody he said he talked to outside of the state of Mississippi said take the job. That you would regret it if you don't. Best job in America with the number one resources. And you could argue best job in America, but the resources they have, they're right up there, far more than Ole Miss. And maybe he would regret it down the road. He could have stayed. I'm more concerned with, and I don't know if it's true or not because I saw it on the internet, and there's things on the internet that you just aren't sure if you can believe. But you know his dog Juice. And Juice Kiffin, who's got, you know, an incredible social media account, always with them, and I saw today that's not his dog.
He left the dog in Mississippi.
Well, apparently it never was his. It was a PR stunt. It's, you know, it belongs to Ole Miss, but it's from some kennel they're in Oxford, and good dog. I thought it was his dog, right?
I always thought so.
And well, it took his name, right? Is it now going to be Juice Golding?
That's a good question.
But the fact that wasn't his dog, I think, is, you know, what? I mean,
I never
be
knew
like
that.
finding out Herb Street, those aren't his real dogs, right? I mean, we know Bear or whatever all these dogs now, and Peter, and you know, I always thought Juice Kiffin was, well, his. That was Lane's dog. It's not.
Well, things you learn. I'm sure we'll learn a lot of things about Lane Kiffin as we move on because, you know.
His daughter's got to be thrilled. She's now close to her boyfriend.
Well, I would think so, but I thought I read somewhere where he had a kid still in high school. I don't know if that's true or not, but and that was part of the reason that he might not want to leave, and because his kid was still in high school. But I guess that doesn't, if you're Lane Kiffin, what do you care about what your kids want?
I mean, well, no, granted, his kid could stay there and just go to high school, live somewhere else.
Well, he could.
That's happened before. I mean, hell, the entire time Sean Payton was the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, his family still lived in Dallas. His kid went to South Lake Carroll.
Uh-huh. Well, there you go. And Kiffin's going to be making enough money where he could have houses both places. I'd be afraid, though, if I'm Kiffin's kid, that nobody's going to like me anymore.
I mean, you're still a rich kid, so, it's possible. But did you see one of the little clauses in his contract with LSU is he gets 65 hours of in-flight time in the private jet every year.
Wow. That's incredible.
In-flight hours.
In-flight.
Yeah, so, he doesn't pay for the time. It doesn't count against him when the plane's waiting on him to get on. It's got to be in the air for that timer to work. So that's a hell of a deal.
I agree. It's a hell of a deal.
Mm-hmm. All I know is all these universities always seem to be able to find the money. And I was just reading that Taylor Amy, the president at UTSA, just got a 37% raise. He now makes a little over $1 million. Now, granted, they added a new campus and a bunch of new students when they added UT Health, but they were able to approve a 37% raise for him. And we know that Jeff Traylor's always looking for money, and he needs it. It's National Signing Day. They got to come up with some this week. And it's not just the money from the donors, and Jeff Traylor needs that at UTSA. But he also needs the support from the university, whether that's Taylor Amy or Lisa Campos, a combination of both. Whoever makes that final decision, they've got to be able to find the money to be able to compete. Because what we have seen in this coaching cycle, just over the weekend, 4 coaches from the American Athletic Conference are leaving to go to Power 4 schools. 3 of them in the SEC. 1, Oklahoma State in the Big 12 with North Texas. What I find nervous or scary about that is South Florida, who recently committed to the full NIL rev share number at $20.5 million, and the amount of money that South Florida has sunk into that program and committed to. Memphis and all the money that they have. And yet these coaches are still bolting for the bigger jobs. The American is a stepping stone conference. The coaches are going to have success and move up, or they're going to stick around a while and then they're going to get fired. And the American put out a nice thank you tweet. Thanks, guys. And then they're saying, all rise. Yeah, you're going to help them rise up to a better job. I saw Alex Golish is making like $7.4 million a year on average. Probably more than double what he was making in the American. You wonder, with the schools that are offering up the money, they can't retain their coaches. What does a program like UTSA do? Now Jeff Traylor has stayed and decided to stay. He had his opportunities to move a couple of years ago.
He did.
He will get opportunity again. And you wonder, seemingly with the lack of financial commitment that he's getting from Taylor Amy and Lisa Campos, if before it was, well, he might leave for the right job, I wonder now if he would leave for the next job, just where there is more of that commitment that you're going to be able to get.
Look, UTSA is just behind the 8 ball. They really are. And I don't see how they're ever going to compete, to be honest with you, as long as college football stays the way that it is. And again, I think Jeff Traylor, you look at all things, everything considered, the guy's done a hell of a job with less money than a lot of these other schools have. You wonder if a Jeff Traylor, and I'm speculating purely, this is not based on any kind of fact at all, would see a job like a South Florida, even though it's in the same conference, but that commitment that they have, and if they came calling, would that be something that would interest him perhaps? Because, look, they've been able to spend a lot of money. They've got the facilities. He would probably make a little bit more money, but he would have more money to spend recruiting.
My first thought was no. My second thought was all bets are off. When you look at South Florida, hell, North Texas, just so he's staying in Texas, although it does look like North Texas is already zeroed in on a couple of candidates, one being Neil Brown. But I do wonder if in the past I thought, I think, when he turned down Texas Tech, that if A&M, and they did call, or Texas were open, and who would blame him for that? Houston, I don't think he was interested in Houston, plus his buyout. But the way everything has changed in the college landscape, maybe he would change that. I don't know. Because now, and I believe Jeff Traylor when he says, he's got enough. It's for him, it's not about the dollars, because quite frankly, we would be hearing about extension talks and different things like that. And I know coming off the season that he did, or even last year, but you got to keep a coach like that. You got to keep him happy. When I hear Jeff talking, he's trying to get more money for his assistant coaches. He's trying to get more money for the program. He's not trying to get more money for Jeff Traylor. And I truly believe that. But at the same time, if he's not getting the support from the university, and if they really did go, depending on what you believe and with what you're reading, from middle of the pack with the financial commitment to now being at the bottom, I know Jeff wants to win. Will they be able to win if they're not getting the financial support from the university?
Well, and that's a big question. And look, again, we've talked about it a number of times, that it's hard to get that kind of money, and the money that you're trying to raise to pay players, not just for 1 year. You've got to do it year after year after year if you're going to be successful. Maybe Jeff Traylor just loves San Antonio. His family loves it here, and none of that matters. But eventually, you get tired of going, what were they, 6-6 this year?
Mm-hmm.
You get tired of that. Yeah, they're bowl eligible, but is that enough for a Jeff Traylor? Is that enough for UTSA Roadrunner fans? I know you said you saw some comments. There's some comments floating around that, as happens everywhere, that, people getting a little tired of being 6-6 and just middle of the pack.
Again, the standard was set so high with the back-to-back conference championship wins. Now, that was Conference USA. Then they moved to the American. And at some point, Jeff Traylor chose to stay in San Antonio, or he would have been one of these stepping stone schools. Some friends of ours that do sports radio in Tampa Bay, a guy named Pat Donovan had some tweet that I'm paraphrasing it because I don't have it up in front of me, but he basically said, look, this is South Florida. We're going to be mad when a great coach leaves us for the bigger program. I get it. Or we're going to get a coach in here that we can't wait to run out of the building. The idea that you're going to get a coach that's going to stay for a decade and not look to leave. All of the coaches that you're looking right now, they all have their own goals and climbing the ladder to get to the biggest conferences and, quite frankly, the biggest paychecks that they could get. If you had a chance to double your salary, you would go to. We're all human. Alex Golish was deciding between Arkansas and Auburn, right? The dude at Memphis ends up at Arkansas. Eric Morris at Oklahoma State. Look at what their salaries are doing. 3 years ago, Eric Morris was the offensive coordinator at Washington State. Then he gets the head job at North Texas, and now he's the head coach at Oklahoma State. It's pretty incredible, and Eric did that after one good year at North Texas. Strike while the iron is hot.
Well,
Jeff Traylor chose to stay when his iron was hot.
It was, and he could be up there in West Texas right now. But again, he didn't want to move to Lubbock. His wife didn't want to move to Lubbock. So they wanted to stay in San Antonio, and maybe that's what he ultimately wants and doesn't want to go anywhere else. And I get that. If you're happy where you're at, you're happy where you're at. But if it's about winning and competing with some of these other schools in the American Conference, like a South Florida, like a Memphis. I'm just not sure UTSA will ever get there money-wise. I think Traylor's a good enough coach to work with what he's got and win, but is that enough? And is that going to be enough to win a conference championship, for example? Go to the college football playoffs. Because North Texas or Tulane, one of them most likely is headed to the college football playoffs.
Yep.
And both of those schools have a lot of money to spend on football players. So there's a lot of questions there. And, again, until somebody figures this thing out and makes it a more level playing field for everybody involved, this is what UTSA is up against. And I'm just not sure, Jason, that the money is out there to make them competitive.
It's, again, they just found enough money to give the president a 37% raise.
There's that.
All right. And it's funny because I got an email from him today, Taylor Amy, about giving.
You guys good friends?
No,
Oh.
it was a form letter.
Okay, I got you.
Everybody that's probably ever bought or donated anything probably got the same letter.
Gotcha.
But donate now. When I hear UTSA can't and where are they going to find the money? And then I read the big boss man got a 37% raise. I'm just curious how many other employees over there at the university got a 37% raise.
Well, you know what they're going to tell you. That comes from a different pot altogether.
Well,
that
I'm
has
sure it
nothing
does
to do with
because
it.
now he oversees another university. And look, executives deserve to make that kind of money. But when I hear broke, and then the boss man making X, the money's there. Just how do they want to spend it? Are they more worried about the bottom line and their BCF and all those other financial terms that you hear about?
Well, let's just look at LSU for an example. Remember the governor?
Oh, yeah.
Complaining about the buyout?
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden you got Lane Kiffin making $100 million.
It's 91.
Well, whatever. Close enough. I'm just saying, yeah, the money's out there.
And if Ole Miss wins, LSU's going to give old Lane his bonus money that he would have gotten in Oxford.
How about
That's the funniest part of the whole damn thing.
I think it's hilarious. It is funny. We've got a Mellow Mushroom gift card, $50. Why don't we give that away? You want to do that?
Yeah.
Might as well. It's getting close to dinner time.
Sure, I'm hungry.
I hear some.
You guys are tired of leftovers by now?
Absolutely. And a Mellow Mushroom, that's good stuff, without a doubt. $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom to caller number what, Minix?
Let's go caller 12.
Caller 12, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. Caller number 12, you'll get a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
Listen to this message I received.
First message.
This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Kinetico water softener, but getting all those Kinetico units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Kinetico wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Thanks again for installing our Kinetico. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit, and $400 off when you trade in your old water softener.
By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
License number 38961. I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Discover the newest place to play at Top Golf New Braunfels. Opening this Friday, December 5th at 427 Creekside Way in the New Braunfels Town Center at Creekside. This no golf knowledge needed experience is for everyone and is all about bringing more play and more fun to the players. Top Golf New Braunfels will feature new games, new food and drink, a 9-hole mini golf course, and half-off gameplay every Monday through Thursday. Join the Blitz live Monday, December 8th from 2 to 6 for all your Monday night football action. Come play around at Top Golf New Braunfels.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products or compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs fell to the Minnesota Timberwolves last night. De'Aaron Fox had 25 points. They are back home inside the Frost Bank Center to take on the Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow night. Over the weekend, though, the Spurs punched their ticket to the knockout round of the Emirates Cup. They advanced to the quarterfinals in Vegas, where they'll face off against the LA Lakers on December 10th. Circle the calendar.
Sports Center brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champion.
Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Got to spend some time with family and friends if that's what you so chose to do. Happy you're with us on this Monday afternoon after a long Thanksgiving holiday weekend. It is like Cyber Monday today or something like that.
Sure.
I think it is.
Although all the emails and my goodness, the emails today.
That's what I'm saying. It's Cyber Monday.
Although the 20-25% specials, they all seem like the ones I got last Wednesday too, right? You didn't take advantage on Wednesday. Here's the same offer on Monday.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, they're just hoping you change your mind.
Yeah.
They are.
Still, go support small business Saturday, even on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
Absolutely. I love that. This is the Blitz, by the way. San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. We have a poll up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. We're just simply asking the question, is Texas, should they be a playoff team? Right now, the yeses have it, 61% to 39%. You and I were both no's on this. I think I can speak for you. I was a no on this. I'll let you speak for yourself.
I'm a no. They didn't earn it this year. Sark makes a great case. But September was awful. And even with the loss to Florida, they struggled with UTEP. The only convincing win that they had this year was, or in September, was beating the hell out of Sam Houston State. They had one whole win on the year. I'm a Bearcat fan. It was a bad year for Sam. Do they look better lately? Yes. Do all wins have to be pretty? No. But you think about that Kentucky win. You think about Mississippi State. I mean, they're not a playoff team. Did they look great Friday night and beating the hell out of the Aggies? Absolutely they did. Did they have a very convincing win over Vanderbilt? Did they dominate that game for 3 quarters? They did. Did they hang with Georgia for 3 quarters? They did. Then they got rolled in the 4th. 3 losses doesn't make a playoff team. So you can tell me, well, we won't schedule Ohio State, and that's not why you're not going.
That's not it.
That's not why you're not going. Now, granted, I do agree with Sark. If they only had 2 losses this year instead of 3, then they would be one of those top teams.
I totally agree with you. They'd be in there, and I don't think there'd be any discussion about it.
Even if that one of those 2 losses was to Florida. No, it would be. They would be.
I don't know.
They would be. That's the Northern Illinois argument, right?
Well, it could be, but I mean, you look back in the season, and you don't lose to Florida. I mean, if you're a playoff team, if you're a team that is serious, you beat Florida. They only had 3 wins on the season. One of those was against Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So you beat them, you're in. Even with the blowout loss at Georgia and the loss at Ohio State, I think all of those would have been forgiven. The one that's just a black mark on their record is that Florida game.
When you just try to compare resumes and you include the loss to Florida, you also have to look at their quality wins too.
There's a couple things in here that to me are really telling stats, okay? We're the first team since the 2019 national champion LSU team to beat 3 top 10 ranked teams in the same season during the regular season. So let's just chew on that for a second. There's been a lot of great football teams that have played over the last 6 years, but we're the first team since LSU to beat 3 top 10 ranked teams in the same season during the regular season. I think we have the number 5 ranked toughest schedule in the country. We've played the number 1, the number 3, and number 4 ranked teams in the country, okay? We went on the road to Ohio State in week 1 and lost to them on a 1-score game, and we have the ball at the end of the game, and we outgained them by nearly 200 yards, and no one else has been close to a 1-score game against them.
But you didn't win. You didn't win. See, that's irritating. Who gives a damn how many stats or you outgained them? Nobody's looking at that. They're looking at the final score.
Well, the committee's looking at that because you know the criteria in which the committee is looking for.
The yards?
Well, I mean, just overall stats and strength of schedule and all of that matters. I mean, in all fairness, and I've said all along, all season, well, since about midseason, I think A&M's got a legit chance to go win a championship. But if you're going to stack their record and what the committee is looking for, then stop it, Pledge. You could argue that Texas's resume is better than A&M's, even though A&M damn near lost to South Carolina and did lose to Texas. I mean, and again, I think some of that pressure, because when you're undefeated and you're going to the SEC championship game, the committee can't say anything to you. But now if they're looking at your resume, knowing the criteria, I think that's one of the reasons Mike Elko was just so irritated after the loss.
We didn't play the way we needed to play. Can we close the door and run a professional press conference, please? My gosh. Sorry.
Elko, I laughed hard when I saw that the first time. That was just funny as hell.
When I saw it the first time, I checked like 3 other places to make sure it was real and not one of those goofy-ass AI videos. You know, it's like after every game and I see Jerry Jones on some video. Some guy does great AI videos with Jerry. You know they're not real, but they look real. They sound real. I had to make sure that was real.
It was real. He obviously frustrated. I mean, he had to be frustrated.
Sure.
You know, you go and you can't. You got to beat Texas, and that's what is looked at. I don't know if Rob Thompson. I think you told me this, Rob Thompson. I heard some other Aggie fans, when given the choice of beating Texas or winning a national championship, they preferred beating Texas.
You know, I think. I'm not going to put words in Rob Thompson's mouth. I don't know that I was a part of that conversation. I think, depending on when that conversation happened, because even now, I still think A&M's got a real chance, depending on the bracket, of making it to the national championship game and winning it. I'm saying that at 5-11 on December 1st. I still think A&M is that good. But
I don't.
When you are gearing up for this game, you know you've got Texas on your schedule. And if you win this one, your first win in Austin in forever, all that kind of stuff. Because you don't know if you're going to make it to the national championship game. I think that is an easy thing to say when you are not confident that you have a national championship caliber team, a team that could go win it all. I think they can. But when you look at, if you said that on Thursday, last Wednesday, Tuesday, you're gearing up for the rivalry game. This one means more than that one. You play Texas every year, or we are again. They're playing each other again. If A&M were to win a national championship this year, nobody's going to give a damn that they lost to Texas the day after Thanksgiving. They're not. When A&M wins, when there's actual record keeping and not some 1939, are we really sure? Or what's the other one up there?
I hear a beer bet coming on here.
1919.
That's what I'm hearing.
What are you hearing?
A beer bet.
What?
A&M's going to win the championship?
Oh, I ain't betting $1 on that.
Well, why not? You sound pretty confident, Minix.
No, I'm making a point. If they were to win a championship, they will remember that championship team a lot more than beating Texas.
Well, I would think so, too. But I'm just saying what...
I mean, right now they're
Aggie
celebrating
fans,
the 1939 title.
Can we close the door and run a professional press conference, please?
I'm just saying what Aggie fans have said to me.
Sure. Easy to say right now.
Well, I'm just saying that was before the game.
Yeah, it was easy to say before the game. Now, well, we're in the playoffs. You guys aren't. We've got a chance to go in the rear view. Again, it's the moving of the goalposts.
Well, they better,
and every fan base does it, not just A&M.
They better start worrying about North Texas or Tulane or Texas Tech. There's a lot of teams out there that
Texas Tech, they got a chance too. They would be my dark horse, but I still like this A&M team. I really do. It's that old you don't win your conference championship, but you can go win a national championship model. I still like this A&M team. I do. I do.
Okay, good.
Don't like saying that out loud.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
I got to be honest.
I have no faith in them whatsoever. And I'll say that confidently because they had the schedule Texas had last year. Texas's schedule last year was it played out right, and it was easy. A&M, same thing. They play somebody, and guess what? They got beat.
Here we go.
I just don't have any faith in them at all. And I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to see them win it, but I have no faith in them, and I wouldn't put a dime on it. Neither would you, obviously.
I'm not putting a dime on it.
Let's not do that. A lot more football talk coming up here. We got a football game tonight. Monday Night Football right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The New York Football Giants against the number one seed in the AFC at this moment in time, the New England Patriots. I think the Patriots are wearing their throwbacks. Their throwbacks with the old Patriot on the helmet and all of that kind of good stuff. So that ought to be a lot of fun.
What's his name? Pat?
Patriot Pat.
Overly creative with the mascot naming, eh?
Yeah, how about that? So if you can't watch the game, you want to listen to it, you can certainly do that thanks to our friends from Flight by Yingling. We'll get you started at 6 o'clock with a pregame show, and they'll kick about 7:15. Football tonight. Looking forward to it. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you need an electrician, you know Hill Electric is available for both residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my home through the years. They do fantastic work and have for well over 3 decades. The family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whatever your project is, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. So call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or hill-electric.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
How's the heating and AC at your house? If you've got any issues, you've got to call Right Home Services. Veteran-owned and operated, they've been serving San Antonio for more than 45 years now. They're certified, background-checked, and highly trained professionals. And right now, Right Home Services has a great special. This is for a whole home AC system replacement, $79.99 right now. The number's 210-444-0000, Right Home Services.
The right stuff.
Feel like hitting the jackpot? At Thomas J. Henry, we're making it happen, and you don't even need to buy a ticket. We're giving away $5,000 in cash every week to 5 people from now till December. And then in December, we're giving 2 lucky winners $100,000 each. No scratch-offs, no numbers to pick. Just go to thomasjhenrylaw.com and enter today. Thomas J. Henry. Big wins. No ticket required. No purchase necessary. See rules at thomasjhenrylaw.com.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Joe?
I started a woodworking business. I was able to build beautiful furniture, but had no handle on the business side of things, so quickly fell behind in my taxes. 1 year of being behind in taxes quickly turned into 5 years. I ended up owing almost $37,000.
Then Joe found Tax Relief Advocates.
I would hear ads for Tax Relief Advocates. One day it just clicked. This is my exact situation that I'm in. So I wrote down the number and called from the car when I got home that day. TRA saved me 99% of what I owed the IRS, and that brought a huge sense of relief.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Joe did and called TRA for a consultation.
I'm really happy that I made that call, and I finally felt like I could breathe again.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-484-4743. 800-484-4743. That's 800-484-4743.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because They chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later, just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I'm a good for a Vegas guy for about a 48-hour Vegas guy, and then I got to
That's the right amount of time.
Yeah, he's aged appropriately.
That's the right amount of time. I'll tell you what, there's a show sounded awesome. I wouldn't recommend it, though. Thunder from Down Under.
Yeah,
I
you
went
might
in there.
enjoy that.
It sounded awesome at first, and then it was not what I thought it was going to be.
I mean, I might go there to scout. You know,
Yeah, you
I
might find
be a tight end.
I'll say this, there's a run stopper there. I saw a guy in a three-point stance with both his hands on his hips. I don't know how this happened, but I saw that. Coach.
Oh, man.
Why were you in there?
I told you I wasn't in the wrong place.
I needed the laughter. Hey, I needed the laughter today, guys. I appreciate it. Seriously.
Thanks, Coach.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Jason, you were on a Southwest Airlines plane this weekend, right? Or Thanksgiving Day, huh?
Yep.
Did you see the story about the flight attendant with the cat? Apparently a cat got out on a Southwest Airlines flight, and the flight attendant's carrying the cat down the aisle, I guess, looking for where the hell the cat got out.
Was A.J. Hoffman on a Southwest flight?
Well, I don't know whether he was or not, but my problem is a lot of people that are allergic to cats.
You know, you make a great point.
Right?
You make a great point because there was a lot of kids on the flight that I was on thinking the same thing.
You're allergic to kids. Yeah, I get it.
Thanksgiving Day travel. There are some dogs, but you're right. I mean, you can't have peanuts on a flight anymore. They don't. Although I got a bone to pick with Southwest Airlines.
This is the first.
I love Southwest Airlines, but our flight up there. Now, granted, it was early, but Thursday morning, 8:00 flight. They only did water and coffee.
That's it.
That's it. You know, on the flight back Friday, they did water and coffee. And I said, but I got 2 free drink tickets per flight.
Yeah.
I can't use them, and you can't carry them over.
Wow. Well, I think you ought to write a strongly worded letter. I'm just saying, that's 2 drinks.
You know, it sucks.
Well, it does kind of. I think, isn't the rule now if the flight's under an hour, they don't serve anything but water and coffee?
I don't know what the rule is because it's inconsistent. Because I fly to Dallas a lot, and the last time I flew to Dallas on Southwest, because the last time I flew to Dallas was on private, and there was plenty of beer.
Yes, there was.
But the last time I went on Southwest, beer was served.
Huh.
So I don't know if it's a standard rule, if it's less than an hour, then no drinks. But if that's the case, don't put the free drink coupons on the ticket.
Well, I totally agree with you. And save them for another one. Or
go back to sending us the coupons in the mail.
Yeah, I liked it better when we did that.
Because then you could stack them up. There's that.
Well, I just found that interesting. But when I see this guy walking a cat down the aisle, I'm just wondering, I mean, is everybody on that flight not allergic to cats? I wouldn't be. I don't think I'm allergic to cats. But, you know, I mean, there might be somebody.
There
could be sneezing and hacking and the rest of the flight. And then there's the point of how the hell's your cat get loose? I mean, seriously. How does that happen?
I mean, it could be a crafty cat.
Could be.
And got out of its container, cage, or whatever the hell you call it. Or you let it out to pet your cat.
Stroke your kitty.
On. You know, sometimes you got to let it breathe and stretch, stretch its legs a little bit.
Sometimes,
yes.
yes.
And then the cat left, but nobody was claiming that they lost their cat. Could somebody have been asleep?
See, that's possible, I guess. But this guy, man, nobody's claiming the cat. Was it a stowaway? I think I heard the story earlier, and I think it had an owner on the flight. But then I'm wondering if you're allergic to cats or dogs, for that matter, and you're bringing them on the plane. I guess that's okay.
It's all kinds of animals. I'm just always thrilled that I've never seen anything nutty like that on a flight. Right? You see all these videos, and I'm just glad that I've never been a part of any of that.
Me too, and I never have, and I'm pretty happy about that because, there are a bunch of crazy people out there that just kind of go nuts. I would have liked to have been on the flight, though, where the girl said, that MFR isn't real.
Well, that was Carrot Top.
I'm just saying.
And you've met Carrot Top, and now that I've met Carrot Top and you've met Carrot Top, that woman wasn't on anything. She's right. That dude does not look real.
No, exactly.
He does not look real.
Well, he doesn't look real, but I'm just saying that would have been a cool flight to be on.
Maybe not.
I don't know. I think so.
Didn't they delay everything? Wasn't it delayed? Didn't they have to stop?
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, that would suck.
They kicked her off.
Yeah, you'd be complaining.
Yeah, I'd be bitching about that, yes.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Exactly. You'd be like that governor in Louisiana that was bitching about Brian Kelly's buyout. Get this. LSU currently is paying 3 head coaches. Ed Orgeron is still getting paid. I guess his last check is coming soon, but that guy got fired in 2021. They owe Brian Kelly $54 million. They gave Ed $17 million not to work, and Lane Kiffin is going to get $91 million. Lane Kiffin said today during his press conference that on his way to Baton Rouge, he called Ed Orgeron and said, Coach, this place makes me want to talk like you right now. And Orgeron said, you're in the best place in America. I'm translating that because if Ed said it, you wouldn't know. It looks like now that his buyout money's about to end, he's apparently in line for the Tulane job.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
well, interesting.
He could be back. Looks like the BYU coach is going to end up with the Penn State job.
All right.
So guy that's going to coach in the Big 12 championship game and get his ass kicked by Texas Tech this weekend is then going to be off to Happy Valley.
Yeah, he needs to sign that contract before the game.
I would say.
So they don't change their mind. That Texas Tech defense is for real. I'm going to tell you that right now. They are, and they're very good. It's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to this weekend, the conference championship games, and there's a pretty good slate of NFL games as well. So it's going to be a fun. Every weekend is fun when it's football season. Every single one of them is fun.
It's fun, and as much as we all talk about the chaos in college football, and the calendar is so wrong, right? But the chaos is great. And you feel bad for the players involved, but Lane Kiffin had that great interview with Marty Smith. And Marty Smith's going to get the Employee of the Month award from ESPN for his efforts in everything that he did. And, the whole van and just everything about it. But then he gets there, and obviously Lane is somebody that he knows well enough and has earned the trust with Lane Kiffin. Does the interview with Marty Smith there on the tarmac at the FBO in Oxford. And then Lane does his press conference today. Now, I haven't heard any of the press conference clips, but just what I've seen on Twitter, he kind of laid out his timeline. And now Ole Miss types are saying he's lying.
Oh.
That the timeline that Lane Kiffin is giving is not true. From you're not allowed to meet with your players, that all that kind of stuff. Apparently none of it. Well, Ole Miss is saying it's not true. And you know how this works.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There's going to be Lane's story, the Ole Miss story, and then the truth somewhere in the middle.
Well, yeah, that's true, because both of them, because when Lane Kiffin was doing his interview this morning, or whenever that was.
Yesterday.
I respect them, and the respect. The gloves are going to come off at some point in time, and we're going to get the real story, not only from Mississippi, but from Lane Kiffin, I'm sure. He did say today, I read that he said the LSU job is the best job in the country. Now, of course, if you're standing there and you just signed a $90 million deal, you're probably saying that. But that's what he said today. It's the best job in the country.
And they have the best resources. The $91 million, Ole Miss apparently was going to match whatever salary Florida or LSU came up with. And I believe it was a Ross Dellinger tweet. While he didn't actually say Nick Saban told him to take the LSU job, he said Nick Saban told him to take the LSU job. He kind of hinted at that. In fact, Lane Kiffin did say everybody that he talked to about the job outside of the state of Mississippi told him to take the job because it is the best job in America. And you could argue that. You look at the championship coaches that have won there. Everybody not named Kelly. Brian Kelly is one there. And you look at Brian Kelly leaving Notre Dame, and then they hand the reins over to their defensive coordinator who played for a national championship last year. And Kelly's out of a job. If you're Ole Miss, you gave the job to former UTSA defensive coordinator Paul Golding. He's the new guy. He's going to be the permanent head coach. They're not going interim. They gave him the keys to the car and said, this is yours. And Pete Golding was at UTSA not that long ago.
2017, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood. And good for him. So they must look. They knew this was coming. I mean, they prepared. They were already talking to Golding, and so he could just slide right in there. Because what was it, like 10 minutes after the news came out that Kiffin was leaving, Golding was pretty much announced as the new head coach. So they knew this was coming. They've got enough experience with Lane Kiffin that they knew what was happening. It's just a sad thing for me. And look, if that's where he wanted to be all along, good job for him. Props to him. I just hate the way this happens, and I hate the timing of it all because Ole Miss has had the best season they've had ever, and they've got a legit shot at making a run in the playoffs. Now, will they win it? I don't think so, but could they win a game? 2 maybe? Who knows?
You know, the reality is, and Saban essentially said it on game day. You've heard others say it. Hell, I laid this out several weeks ago. It's not brain surgery. Jeff Traylor has laid this out on this program before. You've got to fix the calendar. The football calendar right now does not marry up with the academic calendar. And it seems like it'd be easy to fix. There is a signing day on Wednesday. This is dumb.
Ridiculous.
You know, the season just ended, the regular season. You got conference championship games this week. And you got all these coaches that are leaving jobs because signing day is Wednesday. So you got to get them in, and they've got to, they're open jobs. So salvage what you can, see who you could flip that you have relationships with. And oh, by the way, get ready for your game on Friday, especially if you're, say, Eric Morris and the head coach from Tulane, Summerall, who is now going to keep track. He's the one going to Florida, right?
Correct. Yes,
right?
Summerall, yes.
You need a flow chart to keep up with all of them.
Yep.
Right? They play Friday, so that's one less day, but they've got signing day for their new schools Wednesday. They need to get rid of that altogether and just go back to the 1 February signing day. Don't allow transfers until the end of the school year, so May. Get rid of spring ball. And coaches can't change jobs or interview until after their season is over, just like in the NFL. And you could save all of this mess, all of this chaos, and because the ones that really get caught up in the wash here are the students, the athletes. And everybody says, well, what about the athletes? If you care about them, you change the calendar. Because imagine you take any of the NFL head coaching jobs that are open right now, whether it's New York or Tennessee, who else is open? And you could talk to a coach. Like when the Giants fired Daboll, I thought maybe they were going after Mike McCarthy because they could talk to Mike McCarthy right now. He doesn't have a job. You know who they can't talk to? They can't talk to a Ben Johnson. They can't talk to a Vrabel. They can't talk to a guy that's under contract. They can't talk to a coordinator that's under contract in the NFL. College football needs similar type of rules.
They need the NFL rules. Get the collective bargaining going. Let them form a union. And pay them as they do the NFL. I think you adapt the whole NFL system. You have a free agent signing period. Yeah, look, They got to go to school. No, they don't.
Well,
seriously, do they? I mean, these guys making $8-9 million a year. Who gives a damn if he's got a degree or not? I mean, seriously, it doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I know there are a lot of guys that are still relying on school, and there's a handful that are making a lot of money. But I think at least in football, in college football, it needs to look and mirror the NFL system. And I think that's the only way to fix it. I like what you're saying, change the calendar, but they just changed the calendar, and they still got it wrong.
They did.
And so I don't trust anybody in the NCAA to get this thing right.
But maybe this crazy Lane Kiffin story will get them to realize just how bad it is. Because
I hope so.
I mean, Lane Kiffin, because he's Lane Kiffin, is getting all the attention. The BYU coach has a team playing in the Big 12 championship game and is going to leave there to go to Penn State. If they win, they're going to be in the playoffs. It's as different, very, very different than a coach from the American, and you've got 4 of them that are leaving for Power 4 conferences. 2 of them are playing in the conference championship game. They're going to coach in that championship game, and one of them is going to the playoffs, and that person gets to stay with his team through the playoff run, even though everybody knows they're leaving because they're moving up the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
That's so different, and quite frankly, it still gives that program the best chance to win with that guy still there. At Ole Miss, they feel like they still have a chance to win, even if Lane Kiffin isn't there, because the talent level they have. And even if they wanted to keep Lane Kiffin, they can't.
There's no way.
Hell, Lane said today fans were trying to run his car off the road as he was headed to the airport in Oxford, and he said, I get it. It's the passion of the SEC.
Well, it's like a bad divorce, man. You're not going to live in the house after you cheated with the neighbor down the street. It's just, it ain't going to happen. Spurs play tomorrow night here at the Frostbank Center. The injury report has dropped. We'll tell you who's playing, who's not, when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, it's cold outside, finally. If you turned your heater on and you have an issue, call Quarter Moon. If you think you're going to get home and have to turn the heater on and you have an issue, call Quarter Moon. If you're having any kind of issues at your house with your plumbing, you know Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heating, and AC is the one company that you want to call. Their phone number, 210-651-5899, 651-5899. At Quarter Moon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked. Excuse me, get choked up thinking about how great they are. And their service trucks are fully stocked, and they've got all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. Call Quarter Moon, 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
George Gets Justice. The holidays should bring warmth and family together, not an unexpected trip to the hospital after being hit by a careless driver. If this happens this holiday season, you need to get George. George Salinas Injury Lawyers handle everything, so you can focus on what really matters, being with the people you love. And remember, you only pay if they win. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George Gets Justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Audiences and top critics are celebrating. Rental Family is the perfect feel-good movie of the year.
What do you need me for? We need a token white guy.
Academy Award winner Brendan Fraser delivers a masterful performance.
This girl needs a father.
I hate you.
She hates me. That's what being a parent is.
In this tender and funny film about the importance of connection.
This is amazing.
It's cool, but it's fake.
Sometimes it's okay to pretend.
Rental Family, now playing only in theaters. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Many of the successes you've had began with a great opportunity. Now, here's another one. Get started on your degree or certificate in San Antonio. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs, faster onboarding, and more from University of Maryland Global Campus. Get personalized local support services and take online or hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
When you switch to Progressive and bundle your home and auto, you could save hundreds, and that's a surprising amount of money.
Whoa, that's like farmer's market money.
That's like give me a gallon of that locally sourced raw honey money.
That's certified organic heirloom tomatoes in every imaginable color except red money.
That's let's get 2 pounds of pink oyster mushrooms money. I'm not even sure I like pink oyster mushrooms.
Guess it's time to find out, because you could save hundreds when you switch to Progressive and bundle. Then the world is your pink oyster mushroom. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
ConnecticutSA.com.
It's always good stuff, isn't it? been a great Monday, a reaction Monday after a long holiday weekend. A lot of fun. Liver needs to recover for a few days for sure, and maybe a little sleep going on. But it was a fun, action-packed weekend, no doubt about it, both on the tube and in the stadiums and, well, social life too.
You got about 15 minutes to vote in our poll. Is Texas a playoff team? Just head over to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Is Texas do you think they're a playoff team? Yes or no? Right now, 61% of you say yes.
It's going to be interesting to see where they sit in the college football playoff poll when it comes out tomorrow night.
Now, if you just read the question the way it was written, and this is my fault, is Texas a playoff team? The way they're playing right now, yeah. I could see somebody voting yes, as opposed to, do you think they will make the playoffs? Yes or no?
Should they make the playoffs?
Should they make the playoffs?
Yeah.
So wording, because I've seen some of the comments in there, the way they're looking right now, yeah, they look like a playoff team. Are they a playoff team? If they got in, should they get in with their 3 losses? Now, I know tonight on Monday Night Football, you will see a playoff team and a non-playoff team. The New York Giants are a non-playoff team. Now, at Jacob Eric just tweeted us, at Joe Reinagle 210, at Jason Minix, this can't be real, right? ? A guy named Wesley Steinberg on Twitter says he is an NFL and New York Giants insider. He's got 23.8 thousand followers. Now, I've Googled a couple of places. I've seen where Abdul Carter's gotten in trouble for missing meetings, sleeping in meetings. According to old Wes Steinberg, I don't know if this is accurate or not. I haven't seen anybody that I recognize tweeting about this. But according to old Wes, Abdul Carter is going to miss the first drive tonight for disciplinary reasons. After getting caught watching porn in a team meeting when his headphones disconnected.
Unplug it, maybe.
And maybe that's what everybody heard when those headphones disconnected.
Unplug it, maybe.
Well, one drive. Woo!
Look,
that'll teach him.
Hey, look, I saw what that kind of discipline did for one George Pickens after a night in Vegas. Same for a CeeDee Lamb. Now, granted, they weren't watching porn in a team meeting, but look, we've all heard stories about old Charles Haley. Some guys can do what they want.
Are we sure he was watching porn, or was he just watching Tony Romo call a game?
Oh, well played.
Extra game film, huh?
Yeah, well played there, Pledge. Who knows? Who knows? I'd be a little pissed, though, if I'm running a team meeting and you're not paying attention, you're watching porn. I mean, honestly, begs the, who watches porn just for entertainment?
Unplug it, maybe.
Right? I mean, I'm just saying.
Stop.
I'm just saying.
Stop. I mean, you don't know.
I mean, that's a really good point.
I mean, again, let's go back to the things that we've heard about with Charles Haley. It didn't matter if he was in a team meeting or on the team plane. When he needed to, he would. Maybe Abdul Carter's the same. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's studying technique. He's in there watching film.
Technique,
maybe he's trying to improve other parts of his game in life,
Technique.
right?
Yeah. He knows how big he swings it.
Maybe he needs a new swim move.
Maybe that's
it's all about hand placement.
Yeah. Exactly.
A lot of compliments on my bend.
You got to watch the film to try to get better.
Well, dude, I don't know. I don't know what people do when they watch. It's got the honey. Let's turn on some porn tonight.
It was hairy.
I hear it's a great show.
It's got a plot.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. It's just bizarre. Especially in a team meeting,
dude.
Right? I don't know. So won the first drive. Yeah.
I was at a local music spot one time.
Well, I like porn.
Some guy who just walked right up and realized on his phone, and he had one of those Rob Thompson phones where the screen was really big, and he was just standing there watching the music, but porn was playing on his phone.
Dude, Sam's Burger Joint.
I wasn't going to say that.
Oh, you weren't going to say that? That's what I remember. I was there.
You were there.
Well, I like porn.
Another one.
No, you were there where they were going to town.
Yeah, there was a couple on the dance floor dancing, and this dude had his hand so far up.
Oh, careful.
Well, I have a pretty good rub.
Yeah.
Let's say he wasn't waving his hands up and down.
No, he was not. They were
occupied.
They were well up that dress. I'm going to tell you that right now. They were up there. What he was doing after that, I don't know. But
because they just get gooey and sticky and stick all over everything.
I have a feeling she was that. Gooey and sticky and all of the things that go along with that. But
you sound jealous.
No, it was hilarious. It was fun. No, dude, you remember the couple? I'm not jealous, buddy. That was no. But they were having a good time. I guess that's all that matters. Yeah, you just never know. A couple drinks down you, the urge hits you. And
the urge, he was worried the Viagra was going to run out, man. I got to take care of this now.
Well, I suppose.
And to another woman who likes to be double-fisted in a different way.
Pledge.
It was entertaining, that's for sure. Dude, they didn't give
It's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
They did not give a damn.
Well, they thought they were being discreet.
Like there was a puddle on the floor. How discreet can it be?
They spilled the drink.
Yeah, that's it. Woo. Uh-huh.
So, yeah, Spurs injury reports out. Everybody that's been out is still out. Nobody's going to be back tomorrow for the Memphis game.
Yeah, Castle and Wemby both out. I don't know if it. According to Jeff McDonald, you were talking about this earlier. It looks like Wemby's going to be out for a little while. Don't expect him back anytime soon. Castle, I would think, it's got to be getting a little closer.
Well, you kind of would think all of these guys. But I'll go right to what Jeff McDonald tweeted earlier. He did tweet earlier he expects both Vic and Castle to be out on the upcoming Spurs-Grizzlies injury report. That part is true. But there was another tweet I saw where Mitch yesterday said both are progressing, involved in on-court activities, part of the process. So I mean they're getting closer, but I don't expect Wemby anytime soon, especially with what some of the things McDonald had tweeted out. He's not a betting man, but he would bet Wemby won't be back anytime soon.
And I am perfectly okay with that. I do not want Wemby rushed back before he's ready to go. Because, look, I mean, you lose that guy. I mean, even though they're playing well without him, they're just kind of holding their own at this point in time. Playing well, and I'll give them the credit. But without Wemby, making a big playoff run could be very difficult.
All right, the tweet I was looking for from McDonald, he was tweeting a lot today. He tweeted out, my semi-informed guess, if I have to bet my house on Wemby returning for the NBA Cup week, I'd bet against. If I have to bet on Wemby being back by Christmas, I think it's a stone-cold lock. Best bet somewhere in between those two tent poles. So mid-December for the Cup, which is next weekend when we're in Baltimore for Army Navy, and Christmas. If you were going to bet Jeff McDonald's really expensive house.
Well, I'm sure the NBA would like to have him back for that Christmas Day game.
You think?
For sure, yeah. They'd like to have him back for that. So, but if it takes that long or thereabouts, I'm okay with it. I just I don't want him coming back too soon. That's just the bottom line. Looking forward to the New England Patriots are 7-point favorite tonight over the New York Football Giants. That seems a little low to me. I thought maybe they'd be a little more of a favorite than that. Does that surprise you, or is that about right?
Dude, it's the NFL, right? The Giants haven't been playing bad football with Jameis Winston. And it's the NFL. Think about some of the games that we saw yesterday. And Carolina's probably the biggest surprise. You know, what was Denver yesterday? They had a pretty big line on Washington, and they won by 27-26 in overtime. And what a great defensive play to swat that ball away by Mariota.
Yeah,
according to Collinsworth, wide open.
Wide open. He gets that ball up just a little higher. Washington wins that game.
You know, Buccaneers were a pretty sizable favorite over the Cardinals and won that game by 3. The Saints, and I know this one because I had the Dolphins in the points and they didn't cover. 21-17, the final in that one. It's the NFL. I have no idea.
Yeah, these big lines. A lot of times you got to take the dog when it comes to that. So I don't know. We'll see. It is the Patriots and the Giants right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, brought to you by our friends from Flight by Yingling. Of course, get up early and tune in to the Morning Huddle tomorrow morning. AJ and Rob will get you started. They get going about 6 a.m., which is pretty damn early. But get up and you can do that in your PJs. Minix and I will be back at 2 o'clock, and, of course, we'll look ahead to the Spurs game that night. We'll also look ahead to the college football playoff poll. Until then, everybody, I hope you just have a wonderful night.
Riding 410 with the Blitz.